Hello!
Hello!
Hello, good evening.
Hello, and welcome to Actual Play UK. Once again, we are playing Delta Green. My name is John, and I will be your handler today. I won't get too close to handle you. Don't worry, I'm from afar. It's all good.
Consent first.
Consent. As I said, we are playing Delta Green, an RPG of cosmic horror and conspiracy. And you can find this through our lovely friends over at Arc Dream. You can get out on Drive-Thru RPG. We are playing through Viscid. Thank you for joining us for part 3 of our delightful run through the daisies of Delta Green. Talking of running through the daisies, I would love to introduce you to all of my delightful cast who give me joy and sunshine in my life every day. I'm waiting for them to come on still.
You're going to have to put up with us for the time being.
Matt Gee says they can't hear you so well today.
They can't hear me so well. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna turn myself up a little bit. Is that a bit better, guys? Do let me know.
It sounds the same to me. I don't know if other people can hear you differently.
I mean, I probably just sound faint to everybody in general. Okay, right. So I'm not sure what that's about. I will muck about with it as we go, and we'll see what happens, right? Okay. Yeah, obviously keep me updated to let me know, because we are live and we do enjoy having people on the chat letting us know what's going on. Talking of all of the...
That's not my diary. Yeah.
That's not my diary. Talking of all of the lovely daisies in my life. Nick, would you care to introduce yourself? Well, now, what I'm going to say is we're going to keep this short, because we're the third episode in now.
That's heightest.
Right. So yes. Let's keep it small. No. I think
brief.
People should know. Let's keep this brief, so we can just get stuck straight into all of the stupid. I mean, horror. Nick, who are you?
Apparently, I am number one Daisy. From the Trolls of the Tonne Bridges, or TOTTB, all over the interwebs, playing with many other lovely people, and mostly doing D&D.
I mean, that wasn't as brief as I was expecting. Let's see if somebody else can do briefer. Simon.
Hello there, I'm Simon, and I'm from the Chaotic Neutral Games stream. You can find us on YouTube at the moment. We'll be able to see our previous campaigns.
Again, slightly briefer. Not bad. I give that about 7. Adam.
I'm Adam from Gunpowder, Treason, No Plot. Go listen to it. Bye.
Oh, now we go. There's an expert. Natalia.
Hello. I'm Natalia from Trolls of the Tonne Bridges, or TOTTB. This is my dog. He's being a pain, so he's now here. That's
fine. We that's Indy, by the way. That's the mascot. No, he shouldn't do that. Pip,
Realms of Peril and Glory.
Oh, sorry, guys. Pips it. Hey, I would hit my applause button, but I haven't got it. So thank you very much, guys. We'll see you next week. Okay, so what I would actually like to kind of hit in with for this week is like I've been considering things like fear and horror, and like there's a lot of weird phobias out there. Now, that's not to say, like, people don't have justified reason to be scared of things, and everybody's absolutely, that's their own thing. Phobias in general tend to be a bit odd anyway, because they're irrational, right? So, I'm just wondering if anybody has any weird phobias, or if they know anybody that has had weird phobias, and what those phobias actually are. If you like, I can start us off. I've got a doozy.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. I used to live with somebody. I'm not going to name them, don't worry. Jimmy, it's okay, don't worry. I used to live with somebody who had a legitimate fear of celery. To the point
As
where...
it should be. That stuff's the devil's food. I mean, why? Why
devil's
would anybody
fingers.
eat celery?
Well, the thing is like, you'd think, oh, okay, I just don't like celery. Fine, I can understand that. But at the time I was living with them, like, I was a big vegetarian, and I would have lots of salad and things like that in my fridge. And when he opened the fridge and actually got scared enough to let out a little yelp because there's a stick of celery in said fridge.
Hold on. Wait.
Yeah.
John.
Yeah.
Was this person a cat?
No.
Okay.
Did they think it was a snake? Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, right.
Not
That
a
was where
furry
my
either.
brain went.
No, that's fair.
You were the cat, John?
I mean, I did live with a cat at the time, but they weren't a cat. So I'm just wondering if anybody else has something similar to that. Adam, let's start with you.
Oh, you had to start with me.
Sorry,
This is the
let's
only
start-
time I've done. No, this is the only time I've done one of these questions that I didn't have a great answer for, like right immediately, like an immediate.
We can
Here's what
come
I'm going
back
to
to
say.
you. It's okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll
Is it
I'll
being
make
put on the
something up.
spot? That's your phobia.
That's my phobia. It's being put on the spot, unprepared.
Yep.
What I was going to say was I don't think I have any weird phobias, but the one thing I do have that's always kind of like sends a chill through me. I don't know if this is a phobia or such as more of a sound thing, but styrofoam. I don't know if
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it.
Is it like French nerves, like the kind of
Yeah, like
nails on the blackboard type thing?
Yeah, it almost like just completely paralyzes me. Like that sound of styrofoam on styrofoam. I don't know if
Yeah.
I can quite call it a phobia, but I hate it.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I find is just absolutely awful at points. You know, so yeah, that completely there with you.
Never work in a packing factory.
Oh,
God.
God. Packing peanuts, my nemesis. Nick, have you got anybody or have any phobias? Or
Yeah, I know somebody who has a fear of tentacles, or tentacular phobia.
is their name
so-
HP?
No, daddies.
Yes, fear of sources.
Like what you did there, yeah.
Fear of sausage. So pretty much, yeah, Cthulhu, big no-no, and at least half of all Japanese anime. So
Yeah, I
Just-
mean,
yeah.
it's not a good thing. Tentacles, I guess.
yeah, but the weirdest one, the one that I came across most recently was from the previous generation or couple of generations of iPhone.
Yeah.
Where it had the cluster of 3 cameras at the back.
Yeah.
It was triggering people with trypophobia, which is a fear of holes.
Yeah.
So literally, they couldn't look at the back of their phone because it would make them go, and they would drop it all the time.
I mean, that is a genuine thing to be.
It is a genuine thing because people wouldn't buy the
I
phone.
think my phobia is that noise Nick just made.
Yeah.
It did cut right through me.
He did turn into some.
It's suddenly
kind of
like a little
raptor.
baby Jurassic Park raptor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tiny. Yeah. Oh, it's a T-Rex, I know, but still, it's like you can't see my foot doing the big claw thing.
Yeah, but I can imagine it now.
Yeah.
Simon, have you any phobias though?
Well, I did work for a client that had a phobia once. So I've done medical research and medical device research. And
When you
I
say
was
you've done medical research, are we talking about the lab you have in your garage?
no, I haven't gone the way of Dennis Desty and the
Are we
greats
talking
who
about
died in the
illegal
30s.
experiments? Yeah.
But no, I mean, when I started, I was doing what we call topicals, which is things like shampoos and creams and things like that. I worked on Harry Potter Life Shampoo, never made the market, thank God. And I don't think many people would have liked it, the Young Wizard, after that. But yeah, I got approached and I said, they said, we've got a special case and someone's got a blutophobia. I had to look it up. And a blutophobia is a fear of washing. And it can be very much the sensation of soap and water on the skin. They have a big problem with it. So I had to design a dry soap, effectively the modern equivalent of a sand bath for them.
Wow.
And so it was like putting on talcum powder and things, but they had to put it on and then basically towel it off again, which was a completely different sensation because they would generally throw up. If they had to wash their hands with soap, the feeling of the soap on their skin would make them come out in cold chills and they'd just end up being so petrified.
That
They'd
must
end
have
up being
been
sick.
awful for them during COVID with hand sanitizers and things as well. Because obviously that's still,
I presume so, because you can't really make a dry version of that. So yeah.
It must be a fairly rare phobia then, because I mean some phobias are obviously more widespread than others.
Yeah.
But I mean a fear of washing, of the at least the soap and water type thing.
yeah,
must
because it's
be
different between like a fear of being clean
one of the
compared to a
rarer
fear of
ones I would have thought.
texture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It may have been something from their past that it just triggered a memory.
Yeah, maybe.
Whenever they got the unctuous, I love that word, that unctuous, feeling on their skin, suddenly just made them get into cold sweats. It was
An
crazy.
emollient,
Yes, it would have been an
Again, good
emollient.
word.
Yeah.
which I love the word emollient. It's brilliant.
I feel like
Isn't
these
that the
are all
name of one
words
of your
that could replace the title of this particular investigation.
The unctuous,
Viscid, unctuous,
The unctuous
emollient.
emollient. Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Simon. Now it's something to consider in future when I go mad or something. I might have an issue with washing. You never know. Pip.
Hello. I'm going to break from convention slightly, and the phobia I have chosen is one that I'm pretty certain every single person in this game has, and likely every single person watching has.
Are we just talking about a genuine fear here?
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
fair
it's a
enough.
phobia. It's a phobia, I think.
Okay.
So it's I guess it's a relatively recently recorded one, but it's nomophobia. That's NOMO phobia. And that is the fear of or anxiety caused by not having a working mobile phone
Oh,
or
wow.
connection to the internet.
See, you
And
call
honestly,
that fear,
that
I
feel-
call it freedom.
That feeling when you're, I mean, sure, yeah, I get that, but that, when your phone runs out of battery
Yeah.
and you're out or whatever, like that whole thing, and it's 100%. I'm pretty
No.
sure
Yeah.
everyone will have experienced that.
Now,
at some stage.
I don't know. Like, I know some of us are older than others. Okay. I'm not.
Thanks,
again,
John.
I'm not. I was talking about myself here. Now, do you remember a time when you didn't have a mobile phone and it was like
Of course I
no
do.
issue? There was no issue at all.
Absolutely, yeah.
Not
in
a
the
problem at all.
90s, in the 90s, more or
I
less.
memorized people's home phone numbers.
Yeah.
I used to
Yeah.
know people's phone numbers. I don't know
Rotary-
anyone's
rotary
fucking phone
dial
number
phone.
anymore.
Yeah, walk across town and see if they're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you
It's
think
like
you
not
go
walk back.
Get two buses.
Well,
and it's
if I
like,
wasn't
hello,
too
Mrs.
busy
Jones,
playing hoop
is-
and
is
stick
John
in the
in?
street, of course,
or you go
Scrumping
He's
for
gone out.
apples.
No, he's out. He's gone out. He's not here.
you go and meet your friend in
town.
town and say, "Oh, we'll meet outside Woolworths at 1 o'clock on a Saturday or something."
I'll
And
be
then
wearing a
if
carnation.
they weren't there at 1 o'clock, you'd stay until like 2 o'clock, and they will have show up because you couldn't phone them to check. So you just
Okay.
Where the fuck are you, man?
yeah.
Oh, I think I've
See-
worked out the average age of our viewers, guys, because we've just lost a bunch of people watching.
Well, that's
Sorry, I
the
think
perfect time to add in some content warnings.
I'm sorry, we're old.
So I'd like to firstly give a content warning for age. Also, reminiscing. There is
phobia of reminiscing. Yeah.
yes, there is obviously in Delta Green. It is a horror. If there's anything in here that kind of freaks you out or you're not happy with at any time, take a step away. Come back when you're happier. Obviously, we are trying to be respectful of everything. Obviously, as well, the main mechanics of Delta Green are sanity loss. So if there's anything there that ends up kind of hitting buttons or triggering or anything like that, so, as I said, take a step away, come back when you're happier. Just to put that point just a little bit further forward for us. Delta Green is not about guns.
Okay. You didn't
Yeah, I
ask me
think
my
we
feedback, okay.
I think we skipped Natalia, John.
Did we? Oh my God!
I'm not important.
This is Natalia's
Funny enough,
phobia.
that was the phobia she was going to say. It's the phobia of being missed out.
Being missed out.
That is shocking. I am so
Forgotophobia.
sorry. I
Dreadful
looked at
word.
the time and went, "Oh, we need to be getting on." Sorry, Natalia.
I don't have to do it. I have a few good ones, but I don't have to do them.
I'm going to get that in the neck later. Sorry, Natalia, please. Oh, I think we've just found out my phobia.
I don't want to go downstairs.
I'm living up here now.
Right, so I've got a few. What you said about though, John, with salary. There's a guy that I worked with in a big sort of corporate call center. Who had a fear of or phobia of cucumbers, and it could be the look of them, the smell of them, anything. That nobody was allowed to take anything that was cucumber flavored, cucumber smelling. Couldn't have hand cream, cucumber, nothing.
But this is not like a this is not something that is like, oh, I've got issues with, like, oh, I'll break out in hives or something like that.
No, he had no allergy. He just couldn't stand. Like he'd freak out if he could even smell it, like somebody's hand cream. That
to come back to Pip's comment earlier, were they a cat?
It wasn't a cat. No. I myself have a phobia of fish skin. I eat fish. I like to look at fish. I just can't physically touch fish skin. It freaks me out, and I went fishing once, never again.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
It was. I can't take the fish back off the hook. I just can't. Like if I was to prepare fish, like John always has to take the skin part off. I can't get near the skin. Don't know why. That's me. And lastly, I knew a guy who had a genuine fear of both baked beans and candy floss. That he he couldn't even.
That's a meal he's never going to eat, isn't it?
Well, you'd think, but if you went in the supermarket and we went down the food aisle that had baked beans, he's okay seeing just a plain tin as long as he doesn't look too hard at the word beans. But if it had pictures of beans on, he would break out in massive sweats and palpitations and start breathing really heavy. Same with candy floss. Like the physical look of candy floss, a candy floss machine, anything. Couldn't deal with it. I don't know why. I don't know if it stems from something he can't remember when he was a kid. But yeah, genuine fears.
There's definitely some trauma back there, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you reckon it might have been something like one of the old children in need bathing in beans type situation? Or
Could be. Maybe he almost drowned in beans as a child.
Yeah, scrubbing baked bean juice out of Pudsy's fur.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm just curious if it was one event that caused both phobias. Because I want to know that scene, you know.
Just an absolutely terrible time at a carnival.
It's just, I don't want to talk about it. It's just too much. Now that we have we've gone through everybody, haven't we?
Okay. Yes.
Brilliant. Sorry. Thank you. So sorry, Natalia. Let's dive into Delta Green. It's not about guns.
Sorry.
You're thinking about more stuff. Delta Green is not
I've just
about.
seen somebody in the comments. Sorry, they've said a cool one.
I think that was Simon. Delta Green is not about a bug hunt. Delta Green is not about understanding. Delta Green is about the end of everything, your family, everyone you know, your country, all life on Earth. It's about the end of everything and your place in it, because you will end too. That's what the fear is about, and that is what the game is about. It's not about winning, and it's not about advancement. It's not about the best weapon or the most clever plan. Delta Green is about the end of everything, and how much of it that you will live to see. Welcome to Delta Green. We open on a kitchen. Cold autumnal daylight streams through the window into the farm-style work surfaces. A woman in her 60s stands with her back to the countertop with a mug of tea in her hand. The mug proudly states that she is world's best dog mum. The radio is on, as it has been for the last 2 days. You're listening to Coast FM, West Cornwall's premier radio station. We go live to St Ives for the latest from our man on the ground, Tim Westcott. Tim, I hear you have an update for us on the St Ives couple found dead at their home 2 days ago. Hi, Jeremy. Yeah, that's right. It's now been 15 hours since the building quarantine has ended, and local residents were allowed to return to their homes late last night. Police and NHS officials have declined to give further information on possible causes for the couple's demise, but we do believe that investigations are ongoing, as there have been what we assume is police activity. One concern, however, is that the Lanes Group officials have been seen entering the building. We have reached out to the Lanes Group for comment, but they have yet to respond. Back to you, Jeremy. Thanks, Tim. Well, obviously, we'll keep you up to date on that story. Now let's take a walk down memory lane with level 42. As the bass kicks in, we see the woman pouring her tea down the sink. The camera follows as the tea runs into the drain. As we match cut to the streak of blood on the floor in the Grieves home. The camera pulls up, moves into the lab over the head of our agents. We see Cleric Googling on his phone as the others look through crime scene photos. You are all stood in the abode, the lab of Tybalt Grieves. Just wondering, can anybody remember any clues, anything that happened? There was a lot of stuff I gave you last week.
There was a lot of stuff.
Luckily,
we have Foundry, so we can...
do have Foundry.
I wrote a load of notes last week as well. So
lovely.
A lot of things we found, and we created names for ourselves as senior advisors for the UK Health Security Agency. We did all sorts.
Let me make life a bit nicer for you guys, and I'll take you over to our wall of evidence. There you go. So you should be able to zoom in there and.
So one of the things, the biggest things as well, was a lot about Amanda, wasn't there? The girlfriend who was murdered to do with
Amanda
her
Griffin.
past.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you guys are currently stood there. The last thing that we all looked at just prior to us finishing off last week was, I believe Cleric Googled. There was some kind of connection, perhaps, with Wells and a security agency.
Yeah, Wells. There's detective agency, wasn't it?
Ah, yes, detective agency. Glad someone was taking notes.
It was Wells Delivery and then Dinnet, Belton and Wells Detective Agency.
Thank you very
That's what
much.
I had written down.
Yeah.
in my-
Yeah, Dinnet, Belton and Wells Detective Agency, and they delivered every couple of months in the diary.
That's
was
right.
delivery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what would you guys actually like to do? You have some crime scene photos. You have a couple of bits of information. You do still have Roberta Kane there.
Yeah.
She's able to kind of help out, but she now just as a reminder, she's a Delta Green friendly. Now, sorry, she's a Pisces friendly. Now, in terms of Delta Green, friendlies usually they will have some kind of knowledge, but they were always kind of on the outskirts. They've never been brought in to do a mission. They've never been kind of activated. They're people that they're just there.
They're like an ally rather than a.
So they will flag stuff that they might see that's a bit weird, and they will contact their contacts, and therefore Pisces will actually send people out, and perhaps they might assist in some ways, but they never know the mad shit that you guys know.
Yeah, that was my understanding.
Yeah.
They're like experts that we can
You can
hit
talk
up
to
for information
them.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
as well,
exactly. But remember, the more that you bring people into the kind of the black ops nature of Pisces, the more you might have issues with, dealing with that after the fact. There are consequences.
Of course.
Put it that way. So, what is everybody doing? Nick, Cleric has just typed this little search into his phone, I'm guessing, into his iPhone with the 3 cameras, and he comes up with this hit. Are you telling the others? Are you discussing it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So whatever information that comes up about this company, I'll relay it over. Did we actually find we found like receipts? Didn't or was it?
You did
In
find
like a
yes.
logbook.
Yeah,
it's a log of some kind showing deliveries every couple of months, wasn't it?
Well, you found a diary. In that diary,
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Twist gave that to Icarus, but you cut us finishing before he actually said what he found in it.
Okay.
There was the diary and something else, I think, wasn't there?
Yeah, so I found some documents that were showing payments to different companies for building the lab, but basically doing the whole thing where only each company knows a little bit about what was getting built. So it was all very secretive. And I have a note here, we learnt the name of a solicitor as well, Aaron Silverman, and Potentia Holdings LLC, which was used to pay for everything.
Yeah.
Oh, and that was in the Cayman Islands, wasn't it? I think.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Got a few different threads to pull.
You do indeed. So Roberta Kane is stood there, and she turns around as because Pip was outside for a little bit, wasn't he? And he then
Argos.
came back. Yeah. So, Argus was outside for a little bit, and he walks back in, and as he walks back in, she turns around and says, "Are you okay?"
Well, yeah, no problem. Just work stuff. Sorry about that. Those crime scene photos. Love to have a look.
Yeah, I've just handed them over to the rest of your team.
Fantastic.
Guys, thank you so much for coming. Look, I've got to work out what's going on with this this flight. And
Do we have a number for you? We need to get in touch.
Yeah, sure. And she hands you a card. It's just Roberta Kane. It's got her mobile number on it.
Perfect.
So, do you know where you are going to be staying? Do you know do you have any ideas where you're starting with this? Because, I mean, fortunately, I've got to go.
Don't know about accommodations, but I think there was a general consensus that perhaps taking a look at the body might be a good idea sooner rather than later in case it's in danger of dissolving.
Well, that's probably smart.
But we're going to need to check everywhere, really. So keep in touch if you find anything out about this helicopter crash and or whatever else. You let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I guess keep me informed.
Will do.
And she turns around, kind of gives a little wave, and because it's a really weird, awkward situation, it's like, just close the door on your way out, will you? and she says, oh, and there is a police officer outside. So they've just been kind of posted up there. So if you need anything in that respect, just let them know. And she heads
As
out.
long as it's not that lanky one.
There's only one guy out there. So, so she heads off and she leaves you in the lab on your own.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's go through what we have and what you intend to do. Is there anything? Does anybody have any ideas actually of where they'd like to?
Or did we go through the diary? Was that
Yes,
the only thing that had
you
the
went through the
deliveries in?
diary.
Okay, yeah.
All you found.
And it had the Wells delivery thing,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
It was all fairly boring,
Okay.
other than Wells delivery once every couple of months.
Okay. So Twister's going to say to the others, well, I agree with you, Argos, that I think we should go and see the body.
Look,
I would like to
didn't-
see.
As I said, I didn't choose the name, but it's Argus with a U, not Argos, the shop.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Argus. There we go.
I was beginning to wonder if our handler had a sense of humor.
He didn't look like he did, but he sort of looked like he thought he did, you know? You know the type.
He's hilarious.
Hey, he's like that all the time.
Right, I'm going to take a look at these photos as well.
Yeah. I mean, have we tried to follow the footprints? The little ones.
You've
They went
had a
into
look
the
around.
lab, didn't they? And
Yeah, you've looked that kind of direction. So they kind of, these little spots, they kind of do have a, they look like they're coming out of the lab, as opposed to going in. Based on your I think it was your criminology, I believe it was, that you had last week.
can we see exactly where they start from in the lab and
Not
where they
really.
end
Not really.
going to?
What just to remind you, there was a little bit of blood within the lab, not loads, and then in the kitchen and the living room, and then
There was a lot more.
yeah, there was a lot more. So that was you ascertain where the majority of the action ended up happening.
And this is actual blood, not blue goo.
Yeah, that's correct.
Like somebody who's
Did the-
panicking after they've cut themselves. Normally where they've cut themselves is quite clean, but as they start to touch everything,
Yeah.
it starts to get everywhere. Also, the heart rate goes up, so, you know.
Blood.
It goes further.
Yeah.
Splatters. With what the guy's name? He's got an
Greaves.
unusual name.
Tybalt.
Yeah.
Well, not
Tybalt.
that bit. That bit.
Tybalt.
Tybalt. Yeah. I know he turned to blue goo outside, but did his blood disappear and turn to blue goo, or did the blood stains stay there, but the rest of it, the flesh turned to blue goo?
You check the police report, which is in all of the notes that were given to you. Let me make sure that I've got everything for you.
Is it so? There's no marks outside left of like blood.
You can have a look outside. You've not actually looked outside properly yet.
I was thinking of giving the outside a bit of a walk around when we were going to leave.
Cool. So
you guys should go do that. I think while people go outside to check, Arthur has walked up to one of the walls in an area that hasn't seen much action. It's not been part of this. Maybe there's a sort of like a living room space or just somewhere where there's a clear wall. And he fishes around in his like many pocketed gilet and takes out a little plastic box full of thumbtacks and just starts attaching all the crime scene photos to the wall. Just tacking them to the wall with
this
pins.
is now your murder board.
It will be. Yeah, exactly. Yes, as you see here. I'm just trying to make everything diegetic, John.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, that's as everyone else goes outside.
Okay.
Or whoever's
Well,
going outside.
I'm going to go and talk to the policeman.
Okay. So.
Twist is actually going to go and start talking to the neighbours.
Okay. Cool. Right now, let's work through these one at a time. Icarus, I'll get round to you in just 1 second.
Sure.
Okay. So, firstly, police report. Twist. You pick up the police report. You have a look through it. You do see inconsistencies in the police report. Primarily. That the body was intact when first found, although bloodily damaged, and then half an hour later, the body had collapsed into a pool of toxic-smelling, unidentifiable goo, rather, not glue. He's not a horse.
Oh my God, he was a horse all along.
It's all so clear to me now. You can see, though, that it is very vague. It's almost like they were not clear on what to really put down here. So there are, as we said before, there are 16 photos with timestamps that the medical examiner assistant captured. They show the body turning a deep blue, then black, and then collapsing in on itself. Soon after, the indigo liquid hardened to a glass-like consistency, like crystalline, leaving a pile of unidentifiable solid matter in a bathrobe. Only Grieves' left hand and his feet remained.
So it didn't actually change the clothing as well. Whatever clothing you had on was okay. Because for some reason I assumed that everything.
It was everything. No.
Yeah.
No.
It's okay.
Just Grieves' body.
Everything organic, and
Yeah.
just his body.
Does the report say where the clothes are?
They will be with the coroner.
Right.
Okay. Right, moving through. Okay, so Twist, you start to walk out of the door. You're going to head towards the neighbours. Is that correct?
She will do. She's going to have a quick look around as well, just where things happen, see if she can see anything as well on the floor and everything, and have a cigarette as well.
Okay,
and
fine.
Then,
So you walk out of the
and then she's
front
going to start
door.
with the neighbours.
Cleric, what was it that you were doing?
I was going to go and have a talk with the policeman and try and arrange going to see the body of the girlfriend, the remains of Tybalt, and
so
the clothing, etc.
you, like, the policeman is just out front, so you head out with Twist. Argus.
Yes. I will finish pinning every crime scene photo to an available surface.
Yep.
And then I'm going to take them in and see what I can ascertain from all of these
mind map
pictures.
it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to give them a big old study.
Okay, cool. Icarus.
I'm going for a bit of a wander, so I'll head out when Cleric does, but instead of going to the police officer, I'm going to walk around the building to see if I can spot anything that looks a bit odd.
Cool. Eddie.
Also on team walking, I'll say to the others, give me a shout when you're when you're going to go look at the body. I've only followed the tracks this way. I'm going to follow them that way. And I will follow the little tracks, but going out of the building or out of wherever.
Twist is going to think she wants to speak to the neighbours, but she might come back and do that afterwards because she wants to see the body sooner
that's fair.
rather than later. So she'll try and push the neighbours for information after.
Okay, no problem. Right,
That way
okay.
she'll take her time a bit more.
Now, let's see. Who's got a good search? Icarus.
I have a ridiculously good search, yes.
Okay, so the way that I'm seeing this is that you're all actually kind of looking for stuff as you're heading out of that front door. It's mainly Argus that's staying just by the wall. He's checking out the pictures and just trying to get a deeper understanding of what's happening. So usually within Delta Green, if there is kind of a group check, if more people are useful, so for example searching for something, you tend to use the person's best score or the best person score, yeah? So that will be you, Icarus. Now, conversely, if you were trying to sneak in somewhere and there was a whole group of you, you would end up using the least best score because there's more of you. Yeah.
Oh, so in that way,
Makes
it'd be
sense.
the person that's the noisiest is the one that's going to be seen, as opposed to
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if it was within a high stress situation, which it probably would be if you're sneaking, you'd roll for that anyway. But in this circumstance, no stress. I mean, obviously you're in a murder scene, but or a crime scene. But you, Icarus, you walk into the hallway and you start following these kind of like little drips or footprints or whatever you want to call them. And you can actually see just here, just on the screen. There you go. So that's the kind of thing that you're seeing as you're walking through, just completely scattered around. And given your search capabilities, you are kind of seeing why some people might have said, yeah, okay, I can see these maybe as being kind of footprints. That kind of makes sense, but nothing that you've ever experienced. They're all very, very tiny. So you walk through the hallway towards where the front door is, and you open it up, and you can see about 20 feet away, just on a corner, you have got the policeman just stood out there, and he's just chilling. He's actually just, I know, he's probably playing Candy Crush or something on his phone. So you step out of the building, and it's quite a bright day given it's October. The air is crisp, and there's a small amount of wind, and so there was no rain over the last couple of days. So from what you can see, the ground is dry, and you have a look around to see if there's any kind of blood marks or anything like that on the floor. Now, if you have a look, there is nothing that is obviously heading towards where Grieves was lying, because you can see that there is still some marking of something. It's like the floor has been scrubbed or something like that. So there's somebody that has gone through this and tried to clean it as best they can. And you assume that's probably the authorities, because when they put the tent over the actual building itself, they would have got rid of anything that has got the potential to, essentially harm anybody. So they would have taken that away, bagged it up, got rid of it. Taking it over to the coroner's office. But there doesn't seem to be that kind of footstep type look heading over towards where Grieves' body was. You can see bits of blood on the floor, but perhaps to you, Eddie, you can tell that that's just blood that's dropped. That's probably from Grieves as he's walked out, because from all of the accounts, he was quite brutally injured.
Yeah.
Now, as you look over towards by the side of the building, you do see on a couple of the plants that are just in the flower beds just by the side, you have a really good look, and you see there is bits of blood that have dried on some of the leaves. Just heading over, potentially around the left-hand side of the building. So, just going to swap over to that and zoom in very, very slightly on our map.
Is that far away from where we know either body was found?
So, what you can actually see is that they look like they come out of the front door. And if you have a look at the photo, the body was found. Let's see if I can. The body was found just in front of the garage itself. And so that would be, yeah, just around about there. Around about this.
Are you meant to be showing something here? Because I'm only seeing the crazy board on Foundry.
Yeah, if you have a look at the crazy board, actually what I can do...
I am on the crazy board.
Yep, that's fine. So if you're looking at the
I'm not seeing that
building,
photo. Oh, the top photo.
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
If you look at the building, you should be able to see... just around here, where you can see the Games Master.
Hang on. How do I make the... Sorry, how do I make the photo bigger? Because if I zoom in, I can't change...
Okay.
It's being really annoying. It's big, yeah.
What I'll do then...
It's not letting me scroll up or like drag the screen back down to see that particular
should
bit.
be
It's
right
just-
click for that. I'll do show players then.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So that might be a bit easier for you. Okay.
Sorry.
So if you just have a look at that briefly. So that actually looks like... so you can see where the garage is. That's where the lab was. And Grieves was found around about halfway down on the driveway. And then over on the left-hand side, you can see there's some doors there. And the flower beds, as they kind of go off to the right, have some blood on them. It's kind of the opposite direction to where Grieves was. So either he walked out and then brushed up against those leaves and then came back and fell over, or something else.
Yeah.
Or somebody else.
Okay. I guess as I'm out here with Eddie, who I feel knows probably a bit more about
Blood.
logistics of blood spray,
Yes.
I'll point out and go, Eddie, look over here. Is this not a little bit unusual? Like there's blood in the flowers. His body was found over by the garage, no?
Yeah, this doesn't add up. I mean, if this was a place where we'd have violence, I'd say there was probably a shooter in the bushes or something, and he got injured. But look at it; it's not enough for a single person. And John, when I look at it, it's again kind of footprinty. Does it have like a regularity to it?
Is it like a blood splatter or is it a smear as well?
It's a smear. It looks like blood has just... It's a transfer. So there was blood on the person or like something moving by those flowers, and there's some blood that has ended up on the flowers or on the leaves.
So either he stumbled around or something came through here after him.
Nah, he didn't come anywhere near here. You would have seen it. The trail. This is a different trail, mate. Could be the little, you know. I'm going to keep following these as best I can, or at least go in the general direction and just see what I find here.
Is Twist outside at this point, hearing this?
Yeah. So
she was given some of the little thingies, wasn't she? Swabs and stuff. By
yeah, you
what's her
can.
face? Yeah, so
Roberta,
she's going to come up
yes.
with you guys. Yeah, and she's going to try and swab a bit of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you walk over towards where the blood is on these leaves, and you pop out a swab, grab some.
I'm going to pull out a small lever iron. It's the ones that you use to pull up street grates and things like that, because I look like I'm a sewage worker. And I'm mostly just kind of swinging it between my fingers, but it's his comfort blanket, in that he knows that whatever he does find, he can brain it over the head.
Yeah. Okay. So you start to walk around the side, and you end up heading. You find that the edge of the building just kind of it goes around, so it looks like it heads towards the back garden.
Whilst Twist is getting the thingies, if she looks between the flower, little flowers and flower bud where the blood is there anything, any prints or anything in the actual mud, like between the flowers?
What's your search?
Have I not got these two with me as well?
You do, but Eddie's walked off. Eddie's walked off.
Icarus moved up? Yeah, but
Icarus, are you looking around there as well? Is that something you're doing?
I'd be looking around there for a little bit, yeah.
Fair
I'd
enough.
go follow Eddie eventually, but I want to see if I spot anything here first.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, all right, that's fine. Oh, a narrow escape. No, that's the only thing you find. You only find just blood on
Twist
these
finds
leaves.
her own cigarette that's just fallen out of her hand.
Yes. You find your dignity.
No, she won't find that.
No. Okay, Cleric, were you doing anything in particular? You said that you wanted to go talk to the police officer, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. So I would like to go and speak to the police officer and arrange at least a couple of us to go and visit the coroner's office.
Okay, now you do know that I would say actually within the notes of the police report, you have details of the coroner. So you know who he is, you know where he is as well, which is in Truro, which is a couple of hours drive, and you also have his phone number. If you wanted to talk to the police officer about that, you can do.
Yes, I would.
Okay, that's fine. So you start walking up to this lanky guy. He looks like he is on his phone. He just looks like he's scrolling or something. It might be Facebook. And he looks up as you come up to him. Oh, hello. How can I help you?
I'd like to. I don't know if your boss advised you, but we'd like to go and see the bodies at some point. The remains at some point.
Oh, right.
Sometime fairly soon, to be honest with you.
Right. Okay. That's not to do with me, sir. I believe. Maybe you should talk to them. Yeah, talk to them. I'm not the man for that. Sorry. And you can tell he's obviously not been on the job for that long. He's somebody that they've just placed there because they know it's probably safe. let's stick this guy there. It's fine. Make the community feel a bit safer.
He's on looking official duty.
He is.
Mm-hmm.
whilst Candy Crushing and Facebooking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is there anything else I can help you with, sir?
No, you can go back to doing what you're doing, and we're sorted out. It's fine.
It's pretty fucking weird in there, isn't it?
Is that an official statement?
No. I mean, maybe.
It's fine. I'm joshing with you. It's fine. It is pretty fucking weird, to be honest. But no. You go back to what you're doing, and we're sorted out between ourselves.
Right. No problem. All right. Thanks very much, sir. Right. Argus, you are stood in front of this wall that has 6 or 7 photos on it. I don't think you have a photo of Roberta Kane. That's
Sure.
I don't know, maybe given Argus.
I definitely do on my camera now.
Well,
but,
yes,
I haven't
you
got
do,
a printed
yeah.
one
Several
yet.
angles. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
got pictures of all of you motherfuckers.
Evidence. So you are stood there. What is it that you're hoping to achieve?
I want to get specifically. I want to see the crime scene photos because I want to see as much of the crime scene before everything melted
Okay.
as possible, basically.
Okay.
And I mean, sure, I'm guessing. I know we haven't had access to the body yet, but there will be pictures of
So time lapse.
the bodies
There will,
as
yes.
well.
So as before.
I'm looking for the stuff we haven't been able to see yet.
Right. Okay.
I'm looking for the stuff that's only been described to us.
So you have 16 photos, which are
Okay.
time-stamped of him disintegrating. You also have various other photos of him just in repose, as it were. He's just on the floor. There's he's just dead. You obviously you have some photos of Amanda Griffin as well, and various of the blood splotches on the floor.
Okay. I guess I'm looking because I think Eddie was pretty vocal about this. About this. Oh no, we had a full conversation about it in the last session. I'm looking for any shots of his body where obviously I know that his face was real fucked up.
Yep.
But I'm looking for is there anywhere where we can see he's got a cut on his hand or something else that isn't the horrible trauma that happened? I guess sort of a point of infection. If
Do you think there's any kind of roll or anything like that? Obviously we're not going to roll, but is there any skill you can think of?
I mean, there are certainly. Whether they are skills I have is another thing entirely. I mean, I guess what I'm doing is sort of it's forensic, but without the body. I'm searching over photographs to try and find little hidden details. I guess if I was feeling cheeky, John,
yes,
I could sort of push this for a journalism. But that is up to you.
Yeah, let's do that. That's fine. Okay. So
I think it should be rolled though, because
I think
it is
so.
a bit of a stretch.
I think so as well. You're placing yourself in a mental state that is you're almost trying to make a logical jump.
Yeah.
To something's got to just jump out at you,
That's why I've put all these pictures out here, and I'm just sort of poring over all of them. And there is something here that will tell us more about. I just don't know what it is yet.
Roll for me, please.
Okay, I need under a
Roll, my
60
fishy.
for this. 65. That is over.
First roll of the evening, isn't it?
And a failure. That is, yeah.
Make sure you tick that fella off.
I'm taking it off.
Should have done better. There goes.
Should have done better. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
I'm just getting upset at a wall now. That's all this. That's all that's happening.
So flat. Okay, so you're looking at this wall of photos. Nothing's coming. Not like you can almost feel there is something here. There is something you haven't picked up on. What is it? What is going on? Why is this happening? No, just not that. Maybe I need a drink. Maybe that would help. No.
Don't have a drink of something in the crazy house. You don't know what's in the
Pour
taps.
that to your way. Maybe
Stay away from the blue Caraco, especially. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the yogurt in the fridge.
this is
Yeah.
way past its sell-by date. So
Why is this yogurt walking?
yeah, nothing.
Well, move on from me because I'm a failure.
No.
But I will angrily, with little regard for tearing tiny little corners of these photos, pull them off these thumbtacks that are on the wall, and sort of shove them into one of the pockets.
I'm
and then
angrily
sort of
doing things.
stomp outside and really angrily smoke another cigarette, in lieu of
Anger smoking.
Of having. Well, look, you got to replace some vices with other vices.
You do.
So I have a cigarette instead of having a drink.
That is fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess I'm looking at whatever is. I see these guys doing whatever it is that they're doing outside.
Yes. Okay.
Swiss currently has their head wedged between some flowers.
Everyone's just
It's looking in
peering
the,
into the flower bed.
This is great. So, Eddie, you start walking around the side of the building. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, just even if I don't have any tracks, I'm just going to go with the rough direction of where I think they were going, and just bimble around there just to see if I stumble on anything.
Okay. All right. So you start making your way through the back garden. It's quite a small garden. There's nothing like particularly different or weird in here. It does lead out over to so you've got garden either side. It's a suburban neighbourhood. Over the fence towards the back, you got what looks like some scrubland or something. Nothing's kind of jumping out at you. And what is your search?
My search is 40.
Okay, all right. So you're
And I'm
fine.
really glad that nothing's jumping out at me.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's got his thing still, yeah.
Roll for relief. So you start walking into the garden and you're looking around and you're looking about and you hear some crows, other birds. You look out into the just into the scrubland. There's nothing really around. And you see one of the crows fly by, and it looks like it's kind of the fuck? It's flying. It doesn't look like it's flying very well.
Don't say you had a mouthful, mate.
No.
Shit.
Oh, yeah, because wasn't the girlfriend's mouth or one of them pecked at or something.
I think his body was being
the,
eaten by
the crows
crows.
were pecking at his body. Yeah. Oh god.
If
damn
it lands,
You
I'm
did
going to
keep saying
try.
that detail, and now like yeah.
Yeah,
It's
if it
alright.
lands, I'm going to try and get it. If it doesn't land, I'm going to try and wang this piece of metal at it so I force it to land.
Please,
And I
please.
got good ranks in wang, so you know.
I've had training in Wang.
And
Okay.
not
it's birds, so you don't need to hit
yeah.
it as hard, you know.
All
right.
just stand on the front lawn firing off our guns.
We all just
Bang!
walk outside and a volley of
Icarus, who's not
gunfire
used
into
to
the
guns at
sky.
all.
What's happening? Fucking
And the latest from
crows.
Radio Somerset is
Don't worry, we're professionals. Bang, 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 bang. Marvelous.
Okay. Hey, look, it's always an option. You can stand there blasting crows if you want to. All right, so you are you're there for a little while, just kind of like seeing what this crow does, and you see another one, and it looks like it's kind of got a bit of a blue-white streak on it, which is a bit weird for a crow. That one is also having a bit of an issue flying.
oh shit, there's tons of them. And I'm going to run into the house and I'm going to grab just some things that crows would like to eat. If I can get some like sausage meat or some crap like that.
Yeah.
Don't get the yogurt.
And I'll come back out, throw it on the lawn. And as I say, I want to see if I can get one of these at least. See if I can trap myself a thing. And as I say, I'll brain it with a tool if I need to by throwing a tool. But I have a feeling that this is a potential problem because, you know, a crow dies, things feed on that crow, it gets infected.
Okay.
And if I pass any of them, I probably will pass Icarus and or Twist on the way past. On the way past, I'll go, we've got a new problem, and I'll just quickly run into the kitchen. Yeah, a big problem, and keep running back out with whatever, sausage meat, bread, whatever I can get, both.
Okay, all right.
Did he just go running past with sausage meat?
I don't have answers.
That's a fair response.
You see Cleric stick his head round the corner with a cigarette, taking a cigarette and smelling it. Is that a Scotch egg?
Running out with a handful of meat products. Okay, so you run into the kitchen, being careful about like kind of stepping on you know, like goop and human, and you go to the fridge and you open it up, and there's like a couple of bits of like, you know, cold cuts, things like that. You find like sausage that was, but perhaps it's been left in there for like a little bit too long, but it should be fine for crows. And you grab this stuff and you kind of you hold it as you going around the front again, or you going through the back door this time?
No, same route that I took.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys, all of you, a couple of you smoking, a couple of you with your heads in bushes, you see Eddie, living up to his Crazy Eddie name, running by with just a handful of meat.
I'm robbing them of all their food.
Going, oh, we got a problem. It looks like Crazy Eddie is stealing these guys' meat.
You know, I genuinely didn't think he'd be the first to snap.
I mean, he's been here, what, less than 24 hours is... doesn't bode well.
I'm going to sort of wander after him.
Yeah, okay. Okay,
I'll
so
come after as well, I think.
Just like
out of
looking
sheer
back over
curiosity.
looking back over the shoulder and just sort of shrugging a bit and just follow on
to
slowly
be fair,
behind.
I'm assuming all of you are going to be going, going and
And
following.
Yeah,
Mr.
this is fascinating. This
Yeah,
is the most
exactly.
interesting thing that's happened all day.
Mr. Handler,
Yes.
We're going to want photographs
given-
of this.
given Twist's employment and
Yeah.
given twist history. Obviously, you know that she's got 2 guns, different types of guns.
She has guns.
Would it be she's got guns? Would it be reasonable to also assume that she may have a silencer?
You can,
one of
but
those guns.
silencers are a bit weird. Now, suppressors,
Do they stop the length of shot?
no, they reduce the volume level only slightly. They don't actually do an awful lot in terms of, in reality, we're talking here. This isn't an action film. It's not. It's,
Why?
It's like it reduces it by about 20 decibels. It reduces it by about 20 decibels, which is somewhat significant.
It's something, but
You
it's not
can
massive.
also get. I can't remember the term for it, but it's a particular kind of ammunition that it's like a very light jacket, which doesn't cause as much damage, but it's very, very quiet.
It's
Flechette.
subsonic. It's subsonic ammo, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Low velocity.
Yes. So.
Does
like,
she
the
have any of
combination
those?
I tell you what. No, I don't think you have.
I was gonna say, probably not.
I'm going to say no, because although you're in MI6, yes, you have 2 guns. Yes, you're aware of all of that side of things. You're not an assassin. You're not expecting to like creep into.
No, she may
warlords.
sometimes need to not raise awareness. So I think something like a
course.
silencer may be like, especially when she's out in the Middle East and stuff. But
Did you have a barcode tattooed on the back of your neck?
She's not bald either. Not
anymore.
Agent 74.
Yes. Yeah. So, I would say it's a no, but
either way, she's going to go back to the van, which isn't very, she's just and get her gun out the back of the van. Or
Okay.
did she have her gun on the? Oh no, she has hers on there because
You've got your
she has got her fake ID as a CID, so she kept hers on her because she could reasonably have them on there, didn't she?
yes, you do. You
Yeah,
do
so
have.
so she's got hers on there.
Yeah.
In that case, she's going to come. She wants an answer from you at some point about what she saw in the flower beds, but she's going to.
You
follow
don't see anything.
Eddie.
I did tell you. You don't
Oh,
see
did you?
anything.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Okay.
there's nothing really in the flower beds other than
Her eyes get all watery from the pollen.
Yes. Okay, so you go. You have your gun. Eddie, you're wandering around to the back. Icarus, you are following. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'll follow along.
Cleric, cigarette in hand, wandering through as well. Argus, again, cigarette in hand, wandering
Yep.
through.
I've seen a man running with armfuls of bread and meat products, and I want to know where he's going.
Following with a camera up
not
to his face going,
not forgetting the high vis.
Yeah, I mean, this is.
I just imagine he's actually got the hard hat full of sausage and
Yeah, brilliant.
All that bloody money, and he's got little polony. Little polony. I mean, this stuff's nearly a war crime. I mean, oh god.
Brilliant. Okay. So, yes. So you go around to the back and you see Eddie. He rocks up to like, I'm guessing there's like a fence at the back, and you can see there's a couple of trees over where this scrubland is, and Eddie just stands there, I'm guessing, looking up. What are you doing? Talk me through it. What's your
Gonna
plan?
put all the temptations down on grass or whatever. So bits of bread, bits of meat, all the rest of it, and all I want is for one of them to come down close enough
Get walloped.
that I can either physically wallop it or just throw, as I say, like this lever is like a tire iron, and just basically brain the damn thing. These things are so heavy, only a glancing shot will be needed, and it'll break a wing or whatever. And it sounds like they're not at their best anyway.
Okay.
Are we in the back
have
garden at this point? We are, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might
have they got any washing on the line, like a bed sheet?
No.
Oh,
Argus,
okay.
what were you saying?
I might have a
Sorry.
little solution for this. Is it fair to say we've an idea of what Eddie is doing?
Do you want to? I'm assuming Eddie.
Do
Roll for
tell us,
crazy.
Eddie. You know,
Just like.
I don't think. We
Are
would
you
have
doing a
asked.
crazy
It would
man
have been like,
thing
what
of
are you
throwing
doing,
meat out,
Eddie?
and then just standing there waiting, or are you explaining your thought processes in any way whatsoever.
Well, no. I mean, the only information he gave is we've got another problem, and then when he came back, a real problem. And he's run at the back with as you say, a small picnic. And,
No basket this time.
He's thrown it all over the place, and now he's there waiting like some sort of
Holding his ball.
some sort of Somerset Neanderthal with a tire iron waiting to strike.
Nice.
And and he's low. He's kind of, he thinks he's being pretty stealthy about this. And he's not too bad. But yeah, I mean, somebody would have to come up and go, "What the actual fuck are you doing?"
That's fair. Anyone doing that?
I approach.
Large Scottish man stands behind me going, Eddie, what the fuck are you doing?
Carrion, mate. Carrion. They're worse than pigeons. Look at it. Blue streak.
Oh,
The fucking substance is in the birds.
they're eating the fucking body. In the report, he was
shit.
getting picked up by birds.
So I
I
stand there
ca-
looking
I-
up and go, oh, bollocks.
I could shoot them. Would that
You
be
Probably best
unwise,
we don't start firing off guns.
You shoot, you're only going to get one, and the rest are going to book it for blocks. If I just manage to brain one of them, they'll just fly up out of what they consider to be my range, yeah? But, I mean,
We need
if they start booking it, yeah, blast away. I mean, try to get as many down as you can. Contain
I've got
was
two
one of our
guns.
things, right? Can you fire them both at the same time?
I could try.
John Woo.
John Woo at
If
some
not,
crows.
give one to Cleric here. You can fire a gun, right?
I'm not terribly good with them, to be honest with you. But
Just point and boom, kind of thing.
I know
I mean,
which end to point
I'm
away
okay
from
with a
myself,
shooter,
but
but-
I'm not a terribly good shot, to be honest with you. Better with a shotgun, but I left that at home.
Arthur is gonna reach into his pocket, and he's gonna bring his taser out, which is a thing that I have. I'm start messing with it. I wanna jerry rig this thing so I can put it down close to this pile of
So you're
goodies
creating a trap. for
and
these.
electrocute some of these birds when they come down to get them.
When they land, you electrify the grass.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, the grass conducts electricity, right?
it's
Do we
got- if
have
it's got dew on
rubber
it, yeah.
soles on?
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we okay?
We
How
are
about having a puddle of water with a hairdryer in it?
okay. All right. Let's think about this.
Look,
for
you
just 1
presented
minute.
us with birds,
I
John. We're
have.
trying to catch the birds.
presented you with birds.
Catch the
ju-
pigeon.
Just because I want to make sure that everyone has kind of chipped in, as it were. Icarus, is there anything in particular that you're doing with regards to this, or are you just watching the madness?
He's pulled out the gun he has and is looking at it and thinking, this seems like a terrible idea, but just in case.
I mean, those killer crows, right? Okay, all right. So, as you
Failing that, I do have a lighter. I have lighter fluid and I have deodorant, but I don't think it's going to get the range.
wow. Okay. So
A bunch
as-
of bemused police officers watching us.
so one
Running around the
guy.
garden with
There's one guy.
What the fuck
hairspray.
are they doing?
There's one guy at the back there. Right. Okay. So, what's actually going on is you're all stood around. Eddie has thrown a load of meat out there, and kind of vaguely explains things. Everybody else twigs. At which point, guns are pulled, and a taser is pulled. And Argus says, "I can electrocute it with a trap." Cleric says, "What if we use some water?" Now,
Swift starts hearing this
You're-
and steps on the little flower bed brick that's all like an inch higher than the floor, just in case.
Look, John, I'm role playing a character here.
This is good.
okay,
No,
who
no,
has
no, no.
knowledge of things that I do not.
There is. In all honesty, I am loving this. This is what
Good.
you have to do.
I have craft electrician. Okay,
Brilliant.
So-
And this is what I was going to ask. I was genuinely looking for some form of skill that we might be able to use to make all of this work. So,
perfect.
August,
Chris has
you
got a
have-
garrot, but I really don't think it's going to work with the bird.
Tiny.
I have a certain amount of electrical engineering, so
Cool.
Oh, let's
Yeah,
put our heads together. It'll be
I'm
great.
really happy with
We'll
this.
make an incredible taser bird trap.
Because of the situation, I would like both Argus and Cleric to roll.
I want to
and-
make a reverse Faraday cage.
Fine.
Yeah, I think. Can I just check, Nick? What is your electrical engineering skill? What's your
I think
electrics
it's
skill?
32, something like that. But
Oh, okay.
bear with me just for a second, and I will tell you. 31. Sorry.
31. Okay. If it was considerably higher than mine, then I was going to suggest that maybe you see
Give you assistance.
Arthur
yeah.
doing something extremely unsafe, and I'm like, hey, don't. But I'm at a 40 for craft electrician, so I think
so
I'm probably all right.
What I'm going to say is, with regards to this, if you both roll, and depending on what you get, you might have varying degrees of success. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do
Or
this.
failure.
This is it. This is the team up that everyone's been waiting for.
This is it.
I got exactly 20.
Two men with regional accents make a bird trap.
Viscid.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I got 41.
Oh, 1 over.
Oh man.
The dice.
Do I manage, because I got 20, do I manage to stop him electrocuting himself?
Yeah. Okay. What I will say with regards to this is that Argus, you're there, and you're like, surely this is going to work. And Cleric just puts his hand on yours and says, "Not that way." Just
Sorry, mate. You're not earthed.
I'm about to connect two wires, and just
Mad
very
scientist.
quietly, this tiny little pair of clippers comes in. It's like snip. Like, so you haven't disconnected the power. Like you're gonna kill yourself. Yeah.
you would get 5 million volts into your heart in one go.
But that's the plan, you see, because then the birds will be attracted to the
Too much
stench
of
of my
my
burning
electrified
corpse.
corpse.
Burning corpse.
The perfect lure.
And then you can shock me and bring me back to life.
Exactly.
It's the perfect plan.
Perfect. Electricity, the cause of and solution to all our problems.
Yeah.
Hey, right.
So, I will say that you construct some kind of bizarre trap that has electricity, water, and God knows what else in there, and some meat.
And meat.
Just
Yeah.
shoved into the centre of this puddle.
Yeah.
You've trailed some wires across the scrubland so that you are, you're all just kind of hid there, like crouched,
Yeah,
waiting
with a
for-
plug. Like,
Just got our guns ready.
Just wait. And
Oh, this is great.
I
Real quick.
I look round to somebody who's not doing anything and say to them, go and get as much bicarbonate of soda as you can from the kitchen and start pushing it making it into little bread balls.
No, I know that one. That's seagulls, mate. That's
I've
seagulls.
done it with seagulls. Broadly speaking, they're exactly the fucking same, just a different colour.
okay.
Why?
Seagulls and
They'll swell up and explode. We used to do it as
We
kids.
don't want them to explode. There's then other things will eat the bits all over
Yeah,
the
let's
garden.
not have,
Sending
let's not have
the infection
grenades
as
that fire
wide
this
as
blue
possible.
shit. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
We don't want them to explode. You were suggesting we shoot them with guns a second ago. What do you think that was going to do to them?
Well, I feel that was more contained.
Yeah, we
Well, that was
just
you.
like
I was just
we
going to
just like to
one.
concuss them with a bullet, and that's all we're looking to do is concuss them
Just
with
shoot
a
his
bullet.
head off. It'd
Oh
be
no,
too
I'm sorry.
wing it.
I aim my 9mm handgun non-lethally at this bird.
it's called a cold shot. That'll be minus 40, right? Okay, so you've constructed this bizarre trap, and you wait, and it takes about 2 hours for just something to start happening. And within
Just
this period of
abandon
time,
the investigation
just
to lie
abandoning it.
in a garden.
Surrounded by With all the neighbours just like poking, like just their eyes looking over the fence, going, "What the fuck are they doing?"
Yeah, and you do see a couple of people just kind of just poking their
Chris
head out
looks
of the
at them and goes,
window.
"Oh, hello, no, it's all perfectly normal. It's police,
That's fine.
police things."
So after about
None
two-
of this is perfectly normal.
after about 2 hours, you find that 2 crows actually. That they look a bit
The
weird.
crows?
2
Oh, right, yeah.
crows. 2 crows. Land quite awkwardly and hop over towards where the meat is, and they start pecking. And you trigger your trap, and you kind of you hear this kind of very sharp kind of like hit of like just a bang of electricity. And you see 2 crows just fall over.
Roasted.
And before I show you all of this crow awfulness,
Catastrophe.
Crow-
Yeah, it's a
Crotastrophe.
crotastrophe.
Yep, no,
Perfect.
you did it. You did
Perfect.
it. That's the episode title.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mic drop. We're going to go for a break.
Yay!
Polony
Catastrophe.
drop. Yeah.
Catastrophe.
Drop me sausage.
So, yes, please come back in 10 minutes. We
Yeah.
should be back 21:50, I'm guessing. So, au revoir, and don't have nightmares, kids.
Back soon.
Bye.
And we're back. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
All
Hi.
of you delightful people. Thank you for joining us once again as we come back from break. Let's get stuck straight into this, shall we?
Oof, God, I hated the way you said that.
Thank you.
Roll for initiative. Yeah.
I did mention that Twist had stood on a little
That's
bit
fine.
of brick, right? Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
The air, it fills with a kind of almost like a burnt hair smell, mixed with kind of almost
Roast
like
chicken?
sharp chlorinated. No, there's this kind of. It's not the best of smells. Makes you feel slightly ill, actually. 'Cause, I mean, you've basically like flash fried 2 crows in front of you. So, you look at these kind of small, not that small, I suppose. These crows that are just kind of laying there. What are you doing? You walking up to them?
Yeah, no, I'll go and retrieve them.
Poke them with a bamboo cane that we've
I might,
found holding up some beans in the
that's
garden
fine.
or something.
Yeah.
Don't
put my
touch them with your
hand on,
hands.
yeah, I was going to say.
And
Yeah.
Twist gives you a few of the supplies that the woman gave her.
You
for
got
the,
some gloves.
taking samples, so
Yeah,
she can
you've-
get gloves
you've-
and
you've-
bags.
Yeah, you've got like some latex gloves. You've got swabs. You've got all of this kind of stuff.
Different size bags.
So you got a couple of bags as well. And brilliant. So what are you going to do? So you said you're going to go walk up to it and poke it with a stick.
Yeah.
to a.
Like I said, bamboo cane that was holding up some plants somewhere.
Okay,
Run of beans
so
or something,
you
yeah.
completely destroy a neighbour's tomato plant, and
No, from this garden. From this garden. We're not going to...
you're not
They
a
won't miss it,
monster.
they're dead. It's fine.
you just flash fried 2 crows, but you're not a monster.
No.
Okay, so you grab a bamboo cane and you just kind of
I'm a
poke.
scientist.
You just poke. That's why I'm using a bamboo cane to poke these dead crows.
As you're poking the crows, Eddie finally comes out of his absolute shock and awe and goes, bloody hell, I can see why you're on the team. I was going to wallop it with this, and you turned the back garden into the bloody electric chair at Sing Sing.
To be fair, that was.
What are you
That
going to
was,
do next? Turn the microwave into a bloody nuclear bomb? I mean,
No, probably. I mean,
Well,
I mean,
that was
I've got to
mostly.
say, I've
Really?
got to give you props. You know, that was kind of cool.
Look, it was mostly your friend here. I think I made it work. Made it worse. Look, and I've managed to get a crow in a bag.
It's
Okay.
fine. We both worked on it very hard.
So
And I'm holding it up and having a real
you just kind
close
of
look at it.
having a good old gander at this dead
Mutant crow.
crow. As you're
Icarus
looking
is
at
standing back. He does not want to be near this weird
Yeah.
infected crow.
it, okay,
Twist
so
is staying back too.
so you look at it, and it's like, what the fuck is going on with this? And it's the one with the slightly,
Is it the one like Stripe from Gremlins?
it's very slightly striped. Yeah, yeah, it's Gremlins.
I suggest that I put on some of these gloves if I can find something that will actually fit my
Yeah, that's fine.
quite big hands.
You have
And Argus, I think you need to take some photos rather than.
so Argus is holding this up. Anybody else like looking at this as well? I know Icarus is kind of standing back and going, "Grr, no way."
Yep.
So Cleric is
Sticks and
there.
gloves.
Twist, are you kind of also looking at this thing and going, "Grr."
At most, Twist is not going to get particularly close to it. She's got a scope if she needs to, if she wants to look at it from a distance.
Eddie, I guess you're having a look as well. I'm just trying to
yeah,
work out where people are stood
he's,
and things.
yeah,
that's all.
he's having a butcher's, but he's doing that weird thing that people do where he's trying to stay away, but he's leaning in. So really, he's not staying away.
That's fair.
Just
And-
your
and
bum's
he's-
far away, but your head's getting closer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's completely ineffectual. He's too close. He's got
Right up.
again this lever kind
Yeah.
of clutched in his hand, white knuckled now, and he is shaking a bit. What?
So
I mean,
that's
these
fair.
are small, right?
No, they're like ordinary crow sized, and crows can actually be like
Yeah,
they
can get-
they
they get
actually
pretty
be
big.
pretty big. Like we're not talking
Yeah, I
blackbirds.
mean, Ian character says to them,
Oh,
but
yeah.
these are smaller than humans, right? So if they were going to be like, I don't know, consumed like acid, shouldn't that have been faster?
It might work differently on different genus.
As you're looking at this crow that you've got,
They might not have had much either.
so you're looking at it, and you're looking at this stripe that's on it, this kind of slightly white stripe. You're like, what the fuck is he? What is that? No idea at all. And you start seeing it's kind of like weird like chitinous growths or something like that on it. It's like
What?
Like-
Sorry, what's chitinous?
Shell-like.
shell-like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
So scaly.
slightly scaly. It's like you don't Okay. And as you're all looking at it, you realise it's human fingernails.
Oh, growing through it.
Yeah.
I suddenly
Where
jerk
does the
back.
stripe run from and to?
It's kind of starting about halfway down its body, and it's going up around the top of one of its wings. You can see why it was.
Does it go
probably
anywhere near
having
its
to.
throat?
Yeah, it kind of goes up towards the throat, and it's almost like if you layered human fingernails across each other, so it was like
almost like a zip.
Yeah, sort of like
More like scale mail.
yeah, like
What
scale
about
mail.
the other bird?
Well, before we get on to that,
Oh, sorry.
I'd like you to roll sanity for the first time, please.
That's fair enough.
that
Explain
just
to
people
us
that
how
are
this
looking?
works, John.
So, sanity. Everybody has sanity that is it's based on their power, and it essentially it's the number where you guys know that you're okay. It's like, for example, Cleric. What is your sanity currently?
Currently is 43.
So, Cleric needs to roll under 43.
Is it 43 or under, isn't it?
Yeah, 43 or under. If you roll
That's-
above that, you fail your sanity, and then we'll get into what happens
Critical
after
fails,
that.
critical, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It still works the
Where
same way
does
as standard things.
where does the breaking point come into it?
Well, breaking point comes into it where, so when you lose sanity, if you lose 5 or more sanity in one go, so if there's a particularly horrible thing that you've seen or witnessed or whatever the case might be,
What affects you badly, yeah.
exactly, it might be a particularly high roll. If you lose 5 sanity in one go, that will affect you in a way where you could go temporarily insane. At which point, you have the option to do one of 3 things, which is fight, flight, or basically curl up in a ball and hide.
Rock and
Yeah.
cry.
Yeah. So you shut down. And that's not your choice necessarily.
Of course.
That is something where absolutely, like, talk to me about it. If this happens, we will talk about it. We'll work out what probably the best route would be, what you guys would be doing at that particular time, what makes most sense, right?
Right.
So, if you happen to hit your breaking point, so your sanity diminishes to the point where you hit a breaking point,
Yep.
you then get a disorder.
Oh, a permanent
Yes.
thing. And then what is your breaking point reset?
It
or-
resets at that point. So it then, I think it's your sanity minus your power. So obviously within Foundry, you can just press reset and it will do it. It's all fine. So no maths, hooray. But we'll
Right.
get around to that when it happens. Because this is Delta Green. When it happens. So, everybody roll sanity?
No.
Yep.
Everybody.
I have.
Everybody roll sanity because you've all looked at it.
dear.
Oh, I suppose, even from a distance, haven't we?
Yeah,
A good roll at last.
a good roll.
Hang on,
I'm
I'm
all
trying
good.
to get back to there.
So it's
Where is my
D100
sanity?
again.
Oh, there.
You roll under. So let's go around the horn. Argus, what did you get?
I got 14 under 60.
Oh, well done.
Nice.
Very good. You don't lose any sanity. Cleric, what did you get?
95.
Okay.
Bloody.
You lose 1 point of sanity, my friend. Twist.
And I literally just turn on my heel and just walk away.
That's fair.
I'm
I'm out.
just fucking muttering fucking fucking raven fingernails. Jesus fucking Christ. That's worse than the fucking Jesus Christ.
Twist, what did you get?
I got 3, and my sanity is 67.
I didn't think it would
As
be like 2 or
3?
something. I failed. You got 3. Brilliant.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I've got 3. Twist pats Cleric on the shoulder as he walks by her as well.
Yeah.
In a kind
She
of
knows.
reassuring.
Yeah. Eddie, what did you roll?
63 over 60, fail.
Oh, no,
You lose 1
Eddie.
point of sanity, my friend. Well done. This is your first dip into the toes of insanity. Icarus, what did you get?
I will have you all smoking by the end of this.
Yes. You're all going to
Oh yeah, and he's sparking up a cigarette as well, sort of walking away, so just head in his hands. It was-
Icarus.
I got a 29 under 68.
Excellent.
So, success.
You do not lose any sanity.
You just look at it now and just go, I've heard of such horrors, but I had hoped never to witness them.
Yeah, now that it's sort of just me and Icarus, I think I've sort of turned, and now the bag with the bird in it is closer to you than you would like.
Thanks for that. No, I'm good.
So it is dead.
So, do you think, like, what is it growing what it ate? Is it trying to replicate? What do you make of this?
It's possible. My first fear was that perhaps something was trying to tear its way out. Something growing inside.
God,
Does
that's
it have
much,
more than
much
10
worse.
fingernails on it as well?
Yes.
Like, so, yeah.
Yeah, it's
okay.
like a set of scales, but
it's
you can tell it's fingernails.
Perhaps whatever this is almost like some sort of parasite, consuming the host and bursting forth.
Right, look, do you have anything sharp on you?
I do not.
Twist
I got a-
hands him a needle.
No, thanks.
I've got a Stanley knife in the toolbox there. Help yourself.
I will go and get...
And he picks up a plant pot and throws it against the wall.
Just sort of watching this go on, sort of like, all right.
Not my petunias!
I guess I will... Well, okay. I will dump the bird out onto the ground.
Yeah.
Before I start opening this bird up, I do want to have a look at the other one. Is the other one... Is it similarly...
Are you putting it in a bag as well, or are you...
I guess
It's easier
that,
to
I guess
move
that
it,
now that
isn't
I'm
it?
planning to cut them open,
So
I'm not bothering to put them in a bag right this
So you still got
second.
your gloves on and everything, and you kind of...
Yeah.
I think if you're going to cut it, though, I would say do it somewhere confined so nothing else is going to be able to touch the liquids or anything that comes out to, so it doesn't also get infected.
Yeah, I've just sort of gone like click, click, click with the Stanley knife. You're like, no, you know what? That's smart. Click, 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 click.
We do have
There's a fucking
access
lab
to-
in the house.
Yes,
so,
an incredibly
bags.
high-tech lab.
Sorry, look, I got excited. And
a
I
tiny little crow gurney.
Get me 20 cc's of bird seed, stat. We got a bleeder.
Two tiny little.
I use the taser. I use the taser trap. We're losing him.
He's alive!
Okay.
Bring me the baster.
We've gone too far.
Will
So
put both birds in
you
bags.
You grab the other
Yeah.
bird and shove it in the bag. Is everybody else like around?
I'm taking them inside. We should.
No, I'm not looking.
We've
I'm
done
just,
enough in front of any sort of public. Like, let's
Okay.
go. We're going inside.
So Argus, you grab the birds and you take him inside. Twist, what were you going to do?
Oh, I was just going to look around the sky as well, see if I can see any more that look a bit weird or anything, or if it looks...
Okay, so
Like we've got
having a
them
look around, you don't necessarily see like any other crows that are kind of having difficulty flying or anything like that. It just looked like it might actually be like perhaps these couple that Eddie noticed first of all. Eddie, what are you doing?
Random minor acts of vandalism, just to center himself again.
Just tagging.
He's processing that 1 point of sanity. The thinky people. I mean, the physical stuff has happened now.
Yeah.
The thinky people are off to do some thinking. So, yeah, he's processing.
Okay, that is absolutely fair. Icarus.
Icarus is going to follow Argus to the lab, but with a little bit of distance, because he's still not really trusting what might come out of this bird, like infection-wise.
Yeah.
So actually, he'll take a handkerchief out of his suit pocket and tie it around his mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, fine. That makes sense.
Not that that's going to
Lovely
do a great
pink
deal.
frilly one.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Monogrammed.
Monogrammed.
Yeah,
It's definitely monogrammed.
Just in case, I know we already know your character's actual name, but just a completely monogrammed handkerchief. Yeah, just got your full name and address on it.
Oh yeah.
This is constantly like.
Oh yeah, bugger.
Right. Okay. Cleric, what were you doing?
I am just literally just go for a wander down to the end of the cul-de-sac, to the entrance of the cul-de-sac.
Fine. Cigarette.
Finish it, crush it out. I'd probably light another one from the end of that one and just walk round and sort of
starting to chain smoke a bit.
Come back in
We're
5 minutes.
We're just
or so.
living our smoking fantasies in this game here,
It's
and
really-
just so
it's-
glad to have you guys
You wait.
Yeah.
along for the ride.
Vicariously smoking.
As
I-
we-
Honestly, the thing is like your first. Everybody, I feel like everybody's first proper disorder is going to be addiction to cigarettes. There's nothing
I've already-
else.
as far as I'm
Twist was
concerned-
there, but
as
Twist
far
was
as I'm
there
concerned,
before
my
this
character
game ever
already has
started.
that. Like, I don't.
But mechanical issues, mechanical consequences.
Yay! I love a consequence.
Apart from the fact
And
that he doesn't
Twist-
smoke, I think I'm the only non-smoker.
I know what.
Icarus
I-
doesn't smoke either, actually.
I know
Not
what
yet.
I know what Cleric's doing whilst he's walking around. Whilst he's walking around smoking a cigarette, he's mentally writing a song in his head. Because he plays in a band. He writes music and stuff. It's not. It's like occasionally he plays in a pub somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Twist is going to walk up to Eddie, and she sees him struggling a bit. She goes up to him and she's like, "It is fucking weird, but as weird, as odd as this might sound to say, but you do start getting used to it. It starts not shocking you anymore. It will get
How?
easier."
I mean, I've seen shit. I mean, I've seen people tarred and feathered. I've seen people kneecapped. I've seen people hobbled, which is worse than kneecapping. I mean, when you put the leg over the whatever you're hobbling them on, I mean, you know, there's some genuine terror there, and they're screaming and they're pleading with you. I've never actually been the one who swung the hammer myself, but I've been present at it. And don't get me wrong, a bit of me left that day. But this is like,
This is a different level.
it's probably better for
so
them. Like, I'm
strange.
sure they'll start talking about genetics and genomes and all that other stuff, and they could probably explain how it happens. But that shit doesn't happen down the South End.
How
I
do you
quite believe
know?
it. It's I think actually it in some ways affects the deep thinkers more in some ways, that they have the science behind them to think it doesn't make sense, whereas for me I kind of know it doesn't make sense, but also I just take it for what it is. That I know it's crazy. I know it's weird. I've seen some weird shit, and I've seen even more weird shit since Pisces. But it's kind of not taking it fully in, not taking it into heart, keeping a slight separation. Cleric, it tends to affect him quite badly. I try and
You know
keep an eye
what
on
criminals
that, but it does tend to fix
crave the most, right? It's not money, it's not reputation, all those things are a means to the end. It's control. They can't cope not having the control. Even when they're taking risks because they want to have control over things that are around them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Someone says you can't do something, you go and do it to prove that you've got control over your own life. is striking out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never really thought of it when I was younger. I mean, I was just doing it at the time. But since then, I've had a lot of thought regarding this, and that's what we're all trying to do. We're trying to prove that we got control over this one life we have. And I see shit like that, and I feel that big, you know?
It's in some ways I want answers to it, but then also it makes a lot of life seem like a lie. It seems like we're not being told everything. And what with Harold, the amount of things that I've asked him to try and explain and had no real answers from him, I've kind of learned the hard way over the last few years to not try to compartmentalize, I guess. As I mean, working for the company that I work for, I learned to compartmentalize quite a lot. The things I see, the things I have to do, the things I see other people do, and I'm so far managing to try to do that with this, as difficult as it is.
Yeah, it just feels like the thing that we're up against don't bleed, you know? I'd really feel a lot better if it bled.
Can we fully smash cut to me cutting into a bird now? As he's talking about how they get made. Can we just smash cut to that?
With crazy science, scientist hair.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry. It just felt
so
too...
So the first bird that you
I've put, if I can find any kind of like COVID style face mask to put on in this lab, then I will have done.
You even find like some coverings and stuff like that, so you don't get anything on you.
Yeah, and I mean, if there's an actual scalpel in here, I'll use that.
Yeah, there would be.
Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Either that or the like electric carving knife.
Go in the kitchen and get the.
Icarus is jumping in the PPE like immediately.
We're having a little lab day. It's going to be great. Do you have any skills that will be relevant here? Because I sure don't.
I'm good at looking at things. I can't tell you what any of
look
it
at
means.
this, I say, as I cut into this bird. I'm just going to try and, I guess I'll pull feathers out and just cut. Yeah. I'm going to open it up. I want to see what's inside this thing.
So you start cutting into the bird. What you see is that the flesh looks slightly like tinged with blue. And you can see actually the fingernails, because this is the bird that you're looking at.
Yeah,
because you were like, okay, yeah, what the fuck? They do very much grow from where the feathers were. So it's not like something's trying to break through.
You mean from like what's the equivalent of a hair follicle?
Yeah, I mean even if you think about how your own fingernails grow. The way in which they grow is like you have kind of like overlaps of skin and things like that. And
nail bed. Yeah.
And that is exactly what you're seeing on this crow.
Interesting. So they've not sort of grown from the inside.
No.
Not broken through.
It's not broken through.
The feather? Are they on the feathers? The feathers on this sort of...
it's almost like if you swapped out the feathers for the fingernails.
It's like it's mutating.
Right. Okay.
So do you want to have a look at the other one as well?
Yeah, I'll take a look at the other one as well.
Okay. So as you pick up this bag and you put it on the table and you start to pull it out. I'd like for you to roll sanity for me, please.
Hell yeah. 66 over 60. That's doubles, so that's a crit fail, right?
Yeah.
It's a crit fail.
Do I have to roll sanity as well?
Hell yeah.
You do, I'm afraid, Icarus. So
sorry. I mean, you chose to follow me into this room. You knew what you were getting yourself in for.
I'm 35 over 68, so I'm steeled.
Wow, okay. Okay. Icarus, you take 1 point of sanity. Even though you succeeded.
Rough day.
It's a bit of a rough day. You're gonna need a lovely cup of tea later, just in the sit down. Argus,
Yeah.
without rolling anything, because you had a crit fail, you have the maximum amount of sanity damage which would be rolled usually.
Right, for this particular thing
incident.
that I'm looking at. Which is?
You get 4 points of sanity damage.
Okay.
Okay? So if you'd like to...
So that will take me from 60 to... 60 to 56.
There we go. Right. And then if you... have a look over on Foundry.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Oh, why is that not doing that? That's silly.
I've just got a weird face.
Yeah, that's really stupid. I don't know why it's done that.
Why have you sent me here to look at the stupid thing?
Look at the stupid face.
Look how dumb this.
There we go.
this
got rid of
is.
that. Right, I'm gonna.
Great.
For some weird reason, it's not showing it. So I will do it this way instead.
What way?
That way. That is
Oh,
what you see.
Bird.
oh, it's got a finger.
Can't tell.
It's got a whole ass finger.
In fact, there are 3 fingers
Looks
growing.
like a thumb and a finger. Mm.
So the first 3 digits of a human hand are growing from its abdomen.
Mm-hmm.
So, if that was like a human hand and it's tiny, I'm assuming it's tiny, right? Like the
No.
human hand that's growing from its abdomen.
Well,
is it
yeah.
full
Oh,
size?
actually, sorry. Yes, that
So-
is. It almost looks
If
like
they're
almost looks like a child hand in terms of
So
sizing.
if that's tiny, maybe that's related to the footprints, the tiny footprints as well. That maybe it's like weird part, mini human that came from one of the other people or something.
Maybe it grows like some sort of tumor on the outside and
Yeah,
then
I think
falls off.
A human tumor.
Now that he's kind
as
of
opposed
laid,
to a tumor on a human.
now that he's kind of laid one of these birds open, and I don't think I've even cut into this second one because I've just taken a look at it and found
Got
full
weirded out.
fingers on it.
Yes.
Are they moving? Are they mobile, or is it like?
No, this is.
are they
this
dead
is-
as well?
It's dead.
It's a
This
dead
bird's
crow.
dead.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
Sorry,
I
I'm not
will-
even there.
I will step back and take some photographs of the both of them sort of laid next to each other on this sort of sterile table in the lab.
That you think is sterile? Yes.
I think it's sterile. Yeah, I'd sterilize it.
Looks clean.
Looks clean to me. And I'll turn around to Icarus. So we've got to dispose of this, right? This needs to get destroyed.
Indeed. In
Or
fact,
do
I
we need
think-
to get samples back to base, or what? We had a number, right, for the idiot, one on the train.
Harold Lemon.
It's Harold Lemon.
Yeah, I've got to
Oh, no, I
burn
know
the
his
phone
name.
straight to him.
I know his name.
Yeah.
Yes, I suppose we should probably report this. I imagine we might have
this
to
is-
incinerate these remains.
Well, it's proof that whatever this is can contaminate other things, so that's very bad. But they
Yes, it
might
does-
want a sample of it before we destroy it.
Yes.
So let's go with bird number 2, and I'll grab it and shove it in a bag. Yeah, I guess I'll bag up all the evidence as best I can, and
So you
unless there's something, and Adam, unless there's something else you want
I
to do.
was just going to say, I feel this leads to some worrying conclusions. These birds consumed Tybalt, correct? And this is
Aye.
what has grown upon them. Was not the body of his girlfriend lost in the wilderness?
No,
No,
those were the.
She's at the.
What
Oh.
was lost were the samples that were taken from this cold containment unit, otherwise known as a fridge, over here.
Right.
Um,
where they store yogurt. No,
I guess I just...
Icarus, the bodies of both of them, so Greaves and Griffin, they're both at
Both
the
of them all.
coroner's. Yeah.
Or at least the
At least
jelly
the
that was
samples.
left of Greaves. Yeah, but Griffin, at least when she got to the coroner's office, had not dissolved, and neither of these birds. Sorry, I'll do this in character. So look, we've got these birds are obviously in a bad way because they've got fingernails and fingers, and I assume eventually whole fucking hands growing out of them. But they're alive. And they're not. They didn't die. They're just changing. So, is she? I mean, if she's dead, then hopefully the change doesn't happen. But I think we need to get a look at her body.
Agreed.
I think that's the next. That we need to see what's become of her, because if it's anything like what's happened to these birds, and that coroner is taking very detailed looks at this, then, well, do we have to deal with him? Or them?
That's... I guess I hadn't even thought of that, but I suppose...
Well, it's
we are meant to
containment, isn't it?
Yes.
That's the main thing. It was the last thing on that list was prevent casualties if you can. Everything else was make sure nobody finds out what this is.
I suppose there is a reason that we have Mr. Eddie along with us. We may have to silence someone.
Right.
Not that I relish the thought.
No. Okay, so let's go see how they're all doing. And I'll like
2 birds.
Just carrying 2 birds.
Yeah. Off to find a
You-
stone.
Doing all right, by the way, Argus? You seemed a little disturbed by the second one.
What, the crow with fucking human fingers growing out of it? No, I'm fine. And I walk out of the room.
Icarus is so much more used to that. Yeah. Okay, so Argus and Icarus, you both walk out of the lab, and Twist, Eddie, and Cleric, you're in the back garden still, or Cleric. Actually, you said you were out the front, didn't you? You had a couple of cigarettes, and then what you came
Yeah,
back in. What were you
I'm
gonna
probably
do?
heading back now. Yeah.
Okay. So let's say you all meet up in the back garden again.
Right, so I'll just show them. No, you know what? I won't do that. I won't do that. I won't just wave the sanity loss thing.
You don't think
at
that's a good idea?
people.
Take a look at this. Take a look. Go on.
You will
What
look.
do you think? What do you
Just
think?
anyone who tuned into Solemn Vale last week. I won't do that. Look, behold. Look. You can take a look at them if you like, but from your initial reaction, probably feels like you shouldn't. These birds are mutating. They've got one of them's, as you saw.
I
Got,
don't not even fucking hear it if you don't mind. It's just
fine.
fucking
They're
hate it.
mutating, okay? They've eaten bits of Grieves, and now something's fucking happening to them. And if that's in the blood or something, we don't know. But look, it's happening to them, so it stands to reason potentially something like this is happening to, or did happen to Griffin as well. And her body is currently at the coroner's office, potentially being investigated by somebody who needs to not fucking know what's happening here. So I suggest we get in the car. Eddie, if you feel up for driving.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, I can drive. It's not a problem.
No,
Eddie, if
it's
you
my
want me to drive.
it's my happy place. I'm
Right.
fine.
Okay.
I
Okay.
felt that.
On the way to
I
the
think we
coroner's
go-
You might
office.
notice that Cleric's he's actually doing sort of like guitar tabs. He probably doesn't even notice that he's doing it, but he's just like playing something in his head. He's not actually doing full on air guitar. It's just like you notice his fingers are doing like
Moving.
tabs on the guitar.
So if we're all getting in the van or the powder blue crappy thing,
The
ship
Empire. The happy wagon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Twist is going to, on the way, Twist is going to, if as soon as she spots a next, she's going to tell Crazy Eddie to pull over and give her 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. And when you get back, I want to run a question back by you, but you go do your thing. Go do your thing.
Absolutely.
So Twist, you head off over into this next. The rest of you, you just kind of you're sat in the car, or you just kind of milling about having a cigarette again.
Do we have any way at all to like stash evidence that might go off?
Is there a
Have a look if there's a maplin and get a little
is there
beer
a
fridge.
Maplins or a Lakelands or something?
Yeah, absolutely.
A little beer fridge in a boot.
Going, well, I'd just go buy a cool bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool bag or cool box or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
That's completely fine. Let's say you the little shopping area that you stop at is just like it's got a few different stores and things like that, and you can quite easily find like a Lakeland.
I'm just gonna make a small roll for myself.
Okay.
Just for 1 second. Cool. While buying this cool box, Arthur also buys a really small bottle of whiskey.
Oh.
He doesn't open it, but he buys like one of those ones that's sort of this sort of size.
Ones that you get in the mini bars.
like a size up from the miniatures.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the little flat bottle that you can.
Tiny ones.
That'll fit in the pocket.
It's
Yes.
almost like a hip flask,
Yeah,
but made of glass. Yeah.
In fact, I'll say, as you're coming back, you notice that Icarus is just putting away his hip flask. Let's do something to.
Twist
keep
notices
the
when she
sanity.
gets back in the van. There's a waft.
We're all just
Alcohol.
drinking.
So you'll wait for Twist to get back. Twist, you come back, and I'm assuming you have purchased something.
Yeah, so she's been looking in a non-weird pervy way, because she reads people and everything, at all of our motley group. She knows that we're about to go to the coroner's office. We need to look like we are part of this health organisation place. I've forgotten what they're called.
The
but
NHS
the place that
security.
we
Blah,
it's
blah,
not
blah.
NHS, was it? Whatever it was called.
Oh yeah, sorry.
UK
that place.
Health Security Agents?
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
HSA.
thing. Yeah. So we need to look, official. We've got our ID cards. So she knows cleric. He'll have his tweed jacket. He'll have probably like smart carriage trousers. So she's for him. She's just got a shirt for him to put over his band t-shirt to look a bit more official. Maybe like a pale blue or something. Might go with a tweed, all right. So she chucks that to him. She would have got for Argus. I got it right the first time. I don't know why I can't say it. For Argus, she would have got. She assumes that his trousers might be okay. So she would have got maybe a shirt and a V-neck jumper or something to go over it to hide the creases that you get in the new shirt, so it doesn't look blatantly obviously new. And chucks that to him. She gets an entire set of everything for Crazy Eddie. So because she's aware that he only brought a toolbox with tools, no actual clothes. And she knows the importance of having different changes of clothes to fit in with certain situations and certain circumstances. So she's bought Crazy Eddie some trousers. She's looked at his feet. She's guessed his foot size, but she's pretty good at that side of things. She's bought him a belt. She's bought him a 3-pack of pants, boxers. She's so he's got things to wear for the next few days. She's bought him a t-shirt, and she's bought him some shirt and a tie if he wants it.
Little like one of those little like travel packs that's like a toothbrush and toothpaste.
Yeah.
And all that kind
It's all
of
in one.
stuff.
Toothpaste, which
Shower
is like this
gel
big.
and all this
Little
stuff.
razor. Yeah.
Yeah. He sees the shirts and he goes, "All right, bouncer, is it? All right, well, I can do that."
And she feels guilty that she hasn't got anything for. Oh, she was feeling guilty that she didn't buy any clothes for Icarus, but he didn't need them in a sense if he looked smart anyway. So she felt guilty and bought him a new nice moleskin notepad instead, just to give him something.
Excellent. So it's Christmas for Pisces.
Yeah. Arthur just sort of recognizes that was sort of nice in a way, but doesn't, but only internally sort of comments on how fucking weird that was. That this person that he's known
Twist has a bag of magic, which is just all of a mix of clothes
just
constantly.
Gone into some shops and come back with clothes for everybody. It's like,
but
thank
even weirder
you.
that they fit you.
Yeah. It's fucking odd. It's odd.
And as you chuck the shirt to Claire, he says, "Oh, thank you very much, Mum."
So you'll receive
Cleric
these.
Schuster twist being a bit weird like that. Yeah.
So you'll receive these clothes, and I'm guessing, like, even as you're driving along. I mean, other than Eddie who's driving, or perhaps even just you swap over whilst Eddie jumps into the back and just like chucks on a shirt. It only
Twist
takes
alters the seat quite a lot.
Yeah, it only takes whoever's right in the back. It's probably Cleric actually because it's fucking huge. Oh.
I assumed
Okay.
he was in a little trailer being pulled behind the car.
To the giant.
Like a
You know,
horse.
or he's got like Beverly Hillbillies where he's got like a chair on the roof.
Chair on the roof. It only I've just double checked, and it does only take about 45 minutes or so to get from St Ives over to Truro. So it's not a hugely long time. By this time, though, we're kind of we are coming towards the end of our day in terms of a work day. So it's around about 4 o'clock. You head towards. Let me just make sure I've got the proper term for it.
While you're looking for that, small point of order, Eddie will go to refuel, even though we don't need it. He will fill 2 of the jerry cans with petrol, put it in the back of the car, and just kind of looks very pointedly at Twist, shrugs as if to say, "You know what this is for," and he'll get back in and carry on dressing up. He dresses very much the monkey in the suit, the bouncer, nightclub bouncer, and even takes his headphones, tucks most of it down his shirt, and tucks one of the earbuds down his shirt as well, leaving only one earbud to go into his left-hand ear.
Like looping up from behind the ear, or slightly awkwardly because it's not designed to do that, but like up and over to amazing.
Amazing.
While we're arriving as well, Icarus will just ask, so what are our identities? We should probably share those.
Yeah.
with each other before we go
Thank
in.
you for reminding me, Adam.
Segway.
Well, 2 weeks ago,
Like,
in
who
fact,
did you get?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, I actually, like, before Roberta Kane left, she handed you all these cards. I'd like each one of you to tell me what name you have landed upon. Cleric.
Good evening. I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Angus Capaldi.
I ought to write these down.
I mean, I'm not going to. I'm going to expect
No, if you're not
going to
fucking bother, John, then
you
I'm not going to
remember.
bother.
I've got 5 screens here with all of the info on. I don't want them more.
Well, surely one of them's got space
All
enough
right.
to write down 5 names.
All
I'm
right,
writing
no,
down,
it's
write
yeah.
down. Maybe
One
6.
name on each screen, it'd be fine.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Angus Capaldi. Perfect.
So we have Angus Capaldi. Icarus.
let me introduce you to Francis Armitage.
Lovely.
Nice. Okay, so that's
Oh,
Francis.
are we all doctors? Would we all have to be doctors?
No,
We
I
didn't
don't
have
think
to be.
so.
You could be if you wanted to.
Okay.
Because I think some are you two are doctors, aren't you? So I think like for example, if somebody's a surgeon, they start from doctor and then they go back to Mister or Mrs. or whatever, because they lose the doctor again to even though
yeah, they don't.
Sure.
They're not worth it anymore.
it's weird. Yeah.
Simon, what is your new alias? Oh, you're muted.
Oh, you're muted, mate.
My alias is going to be Gordon Best.
Gordon Best.
Yep, being that he quickly just reels off a couple of sports names and mashes them up. So that's going to be a mixture of George Best and Gordon Banks.
Right, awesome. Brilliant. Okay, Natalia.
So Twist always likes to blend in as something that doesn't stand out. So she
Ben
has
Smith.
gone. Basically, she's gone for Philippa Jones. So something very just down the middle.
Okay. Okay, and Argus.
In a joke for literally no one but me, Richard Reed.
Okay. I'm sure it's a good joke.
Is that the Incredible Stretching Man's name backwards? Isn't it?
No,
It is.
I have a character. One of my bonds is an elderly actor called Oliver Burton,
Oh yeah.
which is Oliver Reed and Richard Burton smashed up. So this is just the remaining names.
Nice.
Okay. So you're all stood. Or you drive up to where you think that this the Cornwall Coroner offices, and you'll get out of the car. Assume you just find a pretty standard place to park. It looks like a relatively quiet area. There's some busyness going off over in the distance, as it looks like more of the central part of Truro, but the coroner's office is slightly away from that. You are stood outside. It does look like it's just kind of like a large building. Not an awful lot of kind of distinguishing features. It's just one of those pretty standard kind of buildings that you would find in any city. What would you like to do?
Twist says, "Follow my lead, I guess."
All right. That was going to be my question. Are you taking lead? Who was taking lead?
Yeah, I think as we're doing that, it's potential. I'm taking one of the guns out of the back of the car.
Taking one of the guns out.
One of the guns that
Twist
was
has
left.
got hers anyway.
This is getting bad. And
Icarus still has his.
yeah, and I used
Just
my
walks along
taser
like
to
this,
make
I
a
don't know what
bird
I'm meant
trap
to do now.
to protect myself somehow.
We're not going to be able to talk about this if it comes up. If somebody's clearly contaminated, what's the play?
I fear.
Do you mean
we see
one of the
that.
bodies, or do you mean us?
I
Or do you
mean,
mean somebody else?
one of the people. I mean, the coroner could have sprayed themselves with this shit.
I think we may have to deal with that, as much as I dislike the thought.
He points
seems-
to the petrol in the back of the car and goes, "That and a bathtub."
We might need more than a bathtub, but it seems like this thing, whatever it is, it's not just mutating people. It looks like it's actually eventually just killing people as well. So and animals. So we know at the very least it's not keeping things alive, and I'm assuming, especially for humans, it will kill them. So if somebody's been exposed in there, I'm assuming they'll also be dead or not far off.
Are we taking the body with us? Because if this is catching, don't you think we should?
No, if it's catching, we need to destroy it.
Well, that's the point. We take it somewhere, put it in something that's big enough, pour petrol on it, and burn it till it's gone.
Nice.
Well, obviously the police and everybody did come and find the bodies and remove them, and they didn't get contaminated. So I'm assuming once the body's dead,
Far as we
whatever
know.
it is left, as far as we know. Yeah.
I'd just like to point out: has anybody ever seen Return of the Living Dead Part 2, where they
Actually, yes.
burn the fucking zombies in the fucking crematorium, and the smoke goes up, the bits fall down, all the other fucking zombies wake up and attack the crematorium. I don't think burning them is a fucking wise idea, to be honest with you.
Melting, maybe acid.
I mean,
Look,
But then
don't
that'll
know
go
how-
into
we don't know
the
how
sewers,
strong
and that
this
will go
thing is.
into.
We don't know how strong this
Lime?
thing's will to survive is.
that's some Vegas bullshit right there. I mean, okay, and he shows a picture on his phone, and he goes, I can't say that I didn't look it up, and I've put a link in the chat. This is a 220. This is a 220 liter wide
I've seen
neck
that.
with
I've seen
sash
that
clamp.
in Jeffrey Dahmer's corner of his bedroom in the Dahmer thing.
Yeah, I send things away for incineration in these for a living. So yeah.
Wow.
I mean, those things will resist acid for long enough, but fuck, man, why did you have to mention that film?
Are you muted again?
You've somehow muted again, but it doesn't show muted.
Starts looking at the
That's
whiskey
right, yeah.
bottle.
Yes. Yes, I imagine that whiskey is looking mighty tasty.
Look, we don't know enough still to know what
Just
we need
before
to
they
do.
go in, Twiss is going to take out a burner phone and she's going to send a message to Harold and say, crazy weird shit, seriously weird shit, call us when you can.
Sorry, Argus. you were saying?
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It was just going to say we can plan all we want, but we don't know what we're up against. Hopefully, burning it works with most things that I've come across. You burn them and they tend to go away. But I recognise that we're not dealing with things that I've come across very often. So, look, let's go inside and see about this body and.
So Twist is going to head in first. I'm assuming, anyway, when they get to that part, I'm assuming there will be the PPE, just, at the very least, like the COVID masks that they can use if they want to anyway when they go in.
Yeah, I mean, you'll see. You'll
Well,
see.
let's go in and see that the place isn't necessarily strewn with corpses, shall we? Like before we,
Just
know,
go
Very
in,
much become moot.
go in with guns blazing. What are you doing? Yeah.
Suddenly
It
it's
just-
all like, from dusk till dawn, but with like crazy blue zombies.
So just walk in there and knee deep in blue gunk.
Ew.
There's a possibility.
So Twist is going to go ahead. I'm assuming she walks in and there's a reception or something, or there's at least somewhere that points to where she needs to go.
Yeah. So you open the door, and there is absolutely you're right. There's a reception just in front of you, and it just looks like it's quite a quiet little area. There's like a table, a desk, just in the front. There's a woman with short curly blonde hair, just kind of in slightly just above shoulder length, and she looks like she's got blonde eyes. Blonde eyes.
Blonde eyes?
Blue eyes. Blonde eyes.
Oh
Yes.
my god,
Crazy.
She's taken.
blonde hair pouring out of her eye sockets.
She's infected.
Roll for sanity. I think
Take it
I'll roll
down.
for sanity. But she's sat down. She looks like she's on the phone. And she's the only person in the office. There's a couple of of chairs just kind of sat over in the corner. You know, it's not a particularly huge waiting room.
Mm-hmm.
So you're
so Twist is
filing.
going to the desk. She's going to kind of look at her to get her attention and smile. And she's like she's got her badge in her hand in a kind of slightly wafty way, but not, you know, in a kind of, when you're ready, you know.
Oh. Yeah, okay. You just hear her on the phone, and she's just like, oh, yeah, I don't know. No, I'm pretty no. Oh, of course, no. Well, I wouldn't know. No. All right, bye. So, can I help?
Oh, hello. Yes, I'm Philippa Jones, and these are my colleagues. We're from the UK Health Security Agency. We've been sent here today because of the incident, and we're here to see the dearly departed Tybalt Grieves and his lovely girlfriend Amber.
No,
Amber.
It's not Amber.
Something or other.
Not
Oh,
Amber.
is it not Amber?
No.
I apologise. Hang on.
It's
She looks at you, the guy's like, quick, tell me her name.
it's Amanda.
Ah,
It's Amanda Griffin.
Griffin.
Amanda Griffin. There we go.
And she is she looks like, you know, I don't, one moment, sorry. And she goes over to a computer, types out a couple of things, and she's like, oh yes, the terrible thing that happened in St. Ives. Okay.
It was dreadful.
If you'd like to go and sit over there.
Why, thank you. I don't know why we've gone Irish, but we've both gone Irish together.
You made me Irish. God damn it. And she picks up the phone. No, I don't know. So, Dr. Stubbs, you've got a couple of people waiting for you. It's from the who was it?
We're from the UK Health Security Agency.
UK Health Security Agency. Okay. No, I don't know. He'll be out in about 2 minutes or so.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm
love.
fully Irish now.
One small
Did you see
detail.
me Lucky Charms?
Yeah.
One small detail, and that is wherever Twist goes,
Yes.
Eddie will be behind her and just off her right shoulder, because nothing makes somebody more authoritative than an obedient goon shadowing them. And it's immediate,
Gooning.
you know, kind of da boss
Yes.
that I have, you know, it's the da boss situation, you know.
No problem. You're fully gooning.
Problem is
That's all good.
Twist doesn't realise he's right there. At one point, she bends over to like, look at, I don't know, move a magazine or something on the table while she's waiting, and bumps into him with her bum. Oh my god! You're right behind me.
I mean, maybe not in the
Turns around.
sitting room, but when you're walking up to somebody, he you know, he's been trained by his old criminal gang to give gravitas to the people who need it, and so yeah, you'll basically have what looks to be an agent like at your shoulder.
Yeah. That is cool. Okay, and you sit down. A couple of you stand up because there's only like 3 chairs, and
If there's a coffee machine, Twist to make herself a coffee.
no, there's just like one of the water dispensers.
Sod that.
That's fine. And about 2-3 minutes later, this slightly obese gentleman in a white coat, he comes out, and let me see if I can show you. Close that. There he is.
You're gonna get us. Oh yeah. Hello.
Right. There you go. Okay. I need to show it on the stream as well. That would help. So I've popped him onto your crazy board.
He looks grumpy.
He does.
Twist is going to say, "Hello, I'm Philippa Jones. I don't know. I've gone Welsh now. Hang on,
You have gone Welsh. Just changed.
Philippa Jones. Yeah.
Oh, it's the power of the Jones. It is. You invoke the power of the Jones. Sorry, it's a whole continuum. You know.
It's hello. I can't get out of Welsh now.
It's fine.
Pretend I'm not
Just go
sounding
Welsh.
Welsh.
Go with
Just
it.
stick with Welsh. You're good. You're fine.
Woman at the reception's like, no, I know. She was Welsh a minute ago.
She's Welsh.
And now she's Irish, and I don't know what's happening.
No, I don't know. She made me
No.
Irish.
No, no.
Where am I from?
Unlike Natalia, Twist is very good with all of the accents.
Yeah, no, I'm getting that.
No,
I'm getting that.
Natalia's crap. But yeah, so Twist does a really, really uncanny, like, Cornwall accent.
That's fine.
But in my accent says, she said, "Oh, hello, I'm Philippa Jones. We're from the UK Health Security Agency. Is that right? I think that's right, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, UK
Just
Health
HSA.
Security Agency. We're
Let's go with that.
the HSA. We're here to see the remains of
Health and Safety Advisory.
Amanda Griffin
Yes.
and Amanda Griffin and Tibble Grieves. These are my colleagues."
It's fine.
Which points at all of you.
Okay.
Would you do us the honours to take us there?
Hello there.
Right. Okay then. I've been waiting for somebody to come round. If you'd like to come through. And he takes you into the like a back room. That is, it's basically adjoining onto like the actual main part of the office that you walked into, the reception room. There's just like another door and it goes through. He takes you through there. It's like sorry, excuse the mess. We're just having a hell of a time of it. Sorry. And you can see there's just like.
Sorry, what do you mean?
Oh,
She stops before you go any further.
This is just, you know, it's all a bit weird, isn't it? So we're quite short-staffed at the moment, and we're just having a bit of a time. All right, through here. And
so if there's any PPE before we get there, which Twist is going to grab
he takes you through to this this area where. It's actually there's a couple of sofas there and a couple of chairs, and he motions for everybody to sit down. I'm assuming that's what you do. You're just gonna
yeah. See what this guy has to say. Arthur has been restraining himself from his usual constantly taking photographs at this point. Yes. He has the camera still sort of slung, but it's more, rather than just being around his neck where he can hold it, it's just around one shoulder and like in its little in its bag on the side.
That's cool. So thank you for coming. As I said, it's been a bit difficult recently. Obviously had a bit of a strange one. What with?
Say that. Can I just?
Yes.
Can I just ask as well? Has this may sound like a weird question, but has anything on Amanda changed since she was at her house? Oh, sorry, I've lost my accent. But pretend she said it in her accent. Yeah.
No, that's fine. Sorry, anything changed?
Has she severely decayed, or has she? Is she looking almost the same?
Why don't you just talk us through everything? That's just start at the beginning. We need to hear the whole thing.
Okay. Cool. That's what I kind of need to really. I'm sorry about this. Okay. Well, obviously you know that 2 days ago now. October 1st, we received a call early in the morning, and we had to go down to St. Ives. Obviously, it were the mess that you saw, I'm guessing, on those photographs.
Oi.
Poor James, he's still not the same. He was my assistant. That's why we were short-staffed. Poor guy. He's a nervous chap anyway, but once he saw all that stuff going on, blimey, he should never work in a coroner's office anyway.
It takes quite a strong it takes quite a strong disposition.
That's right.
Voice is going so bad.
do your normal voice, and I will assume
I
that
will,
you're doing
yeah.
an amazing voice. So, yeah. Well, I mean, we went over there. We took some photos. We took obviously some pictures of both of the bodies in situ. There's no accounting for it, to be honest with you. You know, I think that if you ask me, I've never seen anything like this in all of my life.
You've never seen anything like it in your life?
Ever. Ever.
Never ever. So, no, I don't suppose you have. It's a strange one. So, what's happened since you got a mirror?
Well, unfortunately, we bagged them after taking some preliminary photos. We did some checks on the bodies, obviously. But to be honest with you, since we got them back here, officially, we're not allowed to look at them.
Okay.
That's it.
Has anybody broken that? Has anybody actually gone in and looked?
No. Nobody. No one's allowed, unfortunately.
Have they unofficially?
Yeah. Is he lying?
Oh, okay. Give me.
What's the equivalent of an insight check? Yeah.
Yeah, I would have thought human.
I would like a roll.
Can I also roll that?
Yes.
Yeah. Can we both roll?
Anybody can roll. You can all roll.
Hurrah!
Roll away.
Oh, hell yeah. 14 under 64.
Excellent.
12 under 50.
Oh, it's all.
I got 37 under
It's a ridiculous amount, isn't it?
87.
Yeah. Fuck. 87.
Which one are we rolling again?
Human.
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 Intelligence.
Okay.
Humint.
I got an 11 under 14.
So it's a crit. Eddie, are you also having a?
Yeah, I mean he's trying to pretend that he's not listening in, but he's absolutely listening in. But he's not catching this, and 29 over 10.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, so as far as Eddie's concerned, he's like, don't fucking know.
Sounds legit.
Sounds legit to me. So, Argus, Twist, and Icarus, all of you guys, as far as you can tell, he is being absolutely genuine. Like, and there's actually a bit of a kind of, he's a bit pissed off about this.
Okay. Good.
Cleric, you know, without a shadow of the doubt, this guy does shit by the book. He is, there is no way he would even entertain it. And the idea of like somebody going, did you? Would probably piss him off.
But obviously he's not going to have worked the entire hours, so we don't know when he wasn't there, if somebody else did it by the book or not.
I mean, from what you can tell,
Okay.
Yeah.
So can we get some like PPE and stuff and start having a look?
No, sorry. Unfortunately, the MI5 have totally locked it all down.
Well, give me a moment. Twist is trying to think how she can wrangle this one.
MI5!
Well, screw you.
I mean,
Give
hey,
my
look,
other
that's I joke, but that's not a bad play.
Good.
Like, you know, this is a little bit metagamey, but like leaning conspiratorially across the table at this guy and being like, "I am MI5. That's why I'm here," is a huge play, especially with this clearly like big scary agent that you have with you. I don't know. I think that's a solid pitch.
Twist is going to lean forward and just be like, "Who do you think sent me? And who do you think my big boss is?" Persuade, maybe?
I don't know. Bugs Bunny. Yeah, give me a persuade.
I'll try.
Can we all assist by just very slowly nodding
Winking.
behind him?
It's all right. Yeah, you can.
We
Who do
do
you
a
think
sort
sent
of village people style MI5.
I got 80.
Or just stand there like that.
Okay, you've got 80.
I got 80 and my persuade is 84.
Oh, wow. Okay, excellent.
Oof. Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, are you trying to tell me you're actually MI5?
Well, I can't officially say that because of it's MI5, but
You just nodded.
did I?
I saw you. All right, well, I'm really sorry, but until I actually get some kind of I don't know, a proper official documents to tell me that I can actually look at the bodies, I'm really sorry, but no.
Okay, look, give me 10 minutes, okay? And Twist looks at the others and says, I need to make a call.
Okay, who are you calling?
She's going to call one of her because she used to be in MI5, then she moved to MI6. She is going to call, it could be either of them actually, somebody from MI6 or MI5. One of her big computer geeky people who she's going to, who basically, in 24,
Yeah.
you know how there's always that guy who they phone up and like, look, can you get me into here? And
It's an
go,
Edgar or a Chloe.
Sure. Yeah, basically. She's going to phone up her Chloe
Yeah.
and say, right, I need access to something off book.
Okay. Well, if you're going to do that, so let's say that there's somebody at MI5 that they may even owe you a favour or something like that. Let's say that you give them a call. What's their name?
Murray.
Is it Murray?
Chloe. No.
Just pick a name. Murray. All right, we'll go with Murray. So
Wasn't Murray in? No, Murray was Chloe's husband, wasn't he?
does this matter?
Morris. No, it was Morris, that was.
Morris.
Um,
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So Murray, you call up Murray. And
all right, Murray, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that not the right?
Now I've got to write that down because I wouldn't remember that. Right, okay, yeah.
You don't give me the answer. I make it for you. Murray answers the phone.
Yeah.
And you give him this bit of a spiel about, I need a favour. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to roll me a bureaucracy.
Okay. Hang on, got to open that. Oh! I've rolled a 68 and my bureaucracy is 60.
So that's a fail.
It's a fail. By a little bit.
So
It's fair.
Murray, he's like, really sorry, Sal. Can't do it. It'll be my job.
Do you remember? She's going to say something like, "Remember the Strand." She's trying to persuade him.
Yeah, you've already rolled
She
your
did bureaucracy. She's trying to do
You're
persuade.
going to persuade now.
Yeah. That's what she does. Is that right? She's pushing, basically, with him.
Okay. All right. Let's say that if you want to persuade, it's got to be a good roll. Because he's in MI5. You're asking him to essentially break the law.
Yeah, I mean, you know. He said Chloe. It's fine.
But you know. Okay.
34.
34.
Passed easily. My persuade's 84.
Okay.
I'd call that a good roll.
Would you?
It's not a crit though.
It's not a crit.
No, but you
Okay.
know, still, it's under half.
Yeah.
All right. So Murray says to you, "Yeah. Okay. All right. You said that you'd never talk about the Strand."
Well, I won't be. You know? I just really need this. If I could tell you why, you'd understand. Trust me, it's for the good of humankind. And
Sorry.
anyway,
All right.
I see. I was going to go down the Jack Bauer route and say I asked him. He said no. Then I was going to shout the same question.
That doesn't work in
See
real
if I
life.
get any further.
All right. Give me half an hour. And you put
Did the guy tell us his name? The bald guy who came in that said the Jobsworth guy at the coroner office. Do we know his
the
name?
Jobsworth? Is Lewis Stubbs?
So she tells him the guy's name as well. So can you
That's
make
fine.
sure that he's
I'm assuming.
but
that-
can you I'm kind of using
an
a
alias.
different name,
That's fine.
an alias.
That's fine.
Yeah.
What we can do, we can
I
assume
tell him my
that
alias. Yeah.
he's taken note of your alias, and he said, "Give me half an hour."
Mhm.
He puts the phone down, and you guys, you within this half an hour, you talk with Lewis Stubbs.
Twist tells them
Dr.
what
Lewis
happened
Stubbs.
as well. She said like that, you know, we're going to get in the next
Fine.
half an hour, but it's the best I can do.
So you wait for this call or something like that to come through. And
Could we at least see paperwork and bits and pieces like that while we're waiting?
wait a second.
All right.
I just rolled a luck roll for Murray.
Oh, did he get caught?
He got a crit success.
Yeah.
Hey!
Go on, Murray.
And on that,
Good on Murray.
I will leave it for this evening.
Oh, on a high note. Amazing.
On a high note.
Yeah.
For
can always trust
for
Murray.
Delta Green, I rolled a 44.
Unheard of.
Nice.
Yep. High notes are great. You can fall off them and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so much
Yeah,
better
yeah,
effect. Yeah.
What a.
But you have so far to fall. Brilliant. Thank you, guys. Plenty of stuff to be kind of getting your teeth into there, I think. Did anybody fail any rolls?
Oh, heck yeah. I have found
Only
a bunch.
on your sanity roll.
Okay.
Bureaucracy.
You failed
Yeah.
bureaucracy. I hope you tick that fella off.
No, but I will.
Tick that fella off.
I ticked it.
Well done.
Now what do I do?
Whilst
those.
I run over some very, very quick announcements of what's going over the next couple of weeks, You guys roll some d4s, add it onto
And
your.
because I'm doing mine on Foundry, how do I roll d4s on?
You can either
for those.
you can just roll a d4 and then just update it.
Is it just an unmodified D4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are various rule sets that or they've had a rata like, and it's been D4 minus 1, D4 plus 1, D4. So I'm just going with
Right.
D4.
Okay.
which is
I think
standard.
because I think the last thing I saw said -1, but that might be like an old character sheet.
I think I mean Foundry's got it set up. I think as just 4.
Perfect.
So I'm just going with that anyway. Okay. Right. So while you guys sort that stuff out, don't forget. Next week, we are back for episode 4 of our lovely happy-go-lucky Delta Green campaign. Let's see where everybody is. Hopefully alive. Tomorrow, we have both Pip and Adam appearing in Solemn Vale. That was hilarious last week. And actually,
Join
quite
us.
creepy.
Lord Peter commands it.
Yes. And obviously that's run by Fiona from What Am I Rolling. We've also got Who Lives Who Dice, and somebody else from Realms of Peril and Glory. Good Lord, they're all over the place. And next week, on the Friday, September the 1st, and then the 8th, we've got a D&D game, which is Drakes on a Plane. With the D20 Future Show, League of Stupid, 2 kobolds in a trench coat, some other heroes and trolls of the 2 ton bridges, whoever they are. That'll be Natalia. Just so that everyone's aware, for the week of the 14th and the 15th, so that's the Thursday 14th and Friday 15th, there will be no streams because I'm in a different country. So, sorry.
I hope that's like a break rather
It's
than a
not.
work
No.
thing.
It's work.
It's a work thing.
I'm
Oh,
in this
God.
country. Yeah.
I've got to go to Ibiza and then Amsterdam. Both work.
I'm sure you'll find time.
I'm sure you'll
to do
survive.
something enjoyable in both of those places. No.
Probably
Okay.
not.
No.
I'll be filming other people do fun stuff.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Fun-ish. Yeah.
funnish. I don't know.
Fun adjacent.
Yeah, it's at least in the area. Ballpark. Right. Okay. Let's quickly go over. Pip, what did you get for your increase?
Yes. My craft electrician has gone up from 40 to 42, and my
Congratulations.
art journalism has gone up a mighty 1 point to 61.
61. And Natalia.
Oh, where's that roll 2? Hang on. I'm trying to sort it out. It rolled. I had to go online and do find an online dice roller thing.
You know you
and I
do
pressed
have a
D4.
dice roller on Foundry.
Where? Because I couldn't.
Go on to the. Oh, this is ridiculous.
Should get one of
'Cause
these
if
dice
I- Go
rollers.
onto the
They're
chat
really
messages.
useful. You just
Well, I do have the base right over there, and I've got to
Go
climb.
on to the physical dice. Jesus.
Yeah.
Go on to the chat window, and down the
Yeah.
bottom you've got a rolling thing there.
Oh, cool.
Amazing.
Hang on. I got it. 3
3. Congratulations.
for bureaucracy.
Wow, you're gonna need that. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Let's have a quick round of goodbyes. I'm John. Everyone knows me. I'm great. Nick, who are you?
I'm Nick of the Trolls of the Two Ton Bridges, and I've been your cleric tonight.
Yes. Adam.
I'm Adam of Gunpowder, Treason, No Plot. Go check out the horror and the madness and the D&D. It's a
Lovely.
podcast.
Simon.
I'm Simon from Chaotic Neutral Games, and I have been your thug for the night.
Yeah. Natalia, who are you?
I am Natalia. I am from Charles the Two Ton Bridges, or TO-TB, and doing this and stuff. Yeah.
That's right. Yes,
I'm really
you
good
are.
at this.
Improvisation. Pip, who are you?
yes. Hello. I'm Pip Gladwin from Realms of Peril and Glory. head over there right now for my completed 5-episode Cyborg campaign. It's real good. I'm very proud of it. And if you didn't see, we just decided to do a second series. So that will be happening at some point in the future. So
Well done, man.
Exciting.
It's a good series.
Thank you.
Yes, everybody, go to the respective podcasts and streams of all of these lovely people, including Trolls of Two Ton Bridges, because that's my
They're all
podcast too.
awesome.
Everyone's brilliant. Love you very much. You're awesome. All of the people who have been watching, you're also awesome. Is there anything that anyone needs to plug before we head off? Is it all good? Nothing?
People will be angry with me if I don't plug. Next month, 10th of September at King's Place, 4:30 p.m. during London Podcast Festival. King's Place is right by King's Cross in London. And Realms of Peril and Glory will be doing a live show at the London Podcast Festival. There are still some tickets available. Go to @realmspod.com for links and come see us do a live show.
Yes, because it's awesome and everyone loves a live show.
All right.
Was that disingenuous? I'm sorry, babe. Go to see them live. They're all awesome.
You're just making it worse, John. It's fine.
It's terrible. Well, I'm here just for your horror. And on that note, see you guys
Bye
later.
all.
Bye.
See you all.
Bye.